What's up, everybody? It's Jason doing a little live stream. We'll see if anybody pops in or not. Got some tunes going. We'll see how it all shakes out. I don't know. I like this new setup I have. I have some soft light in here instead of that harsh light that I had before. Boom, right here. So I brought in some soft light, set the mood. I think it'll be better for me. So we'll try that instead. I know there's some other live streams going on. I know Alex has a live stream, but um, and I saw a lot of people in there, so they might not. I might not have anybody to talk to be in here with myself, which is fine. I'll wait for a few minutes to see if we got a few people pop in, and then I'll kind of. I got some stuff we can go over. I got some stuff I can show, do some talking. I just want to do some free talk, some free uh, topics or whatever. Just kind of want to hit some highlights maybe of what's been going on with people. So we will see. I'll hang on for a few minutes and see if I can get a few people in here. And then we'll go from there. But yeah, I mean, I just wanted to kind of do live. I was going to go live earlier, but I know that a lot of the West Coast people, they're 3 hours behind people here on the East Coast. So sometimes they miss out, and I want to kind of get a few extra people in there if possible. Now, I was going to go live, and then I reached out. Alex and I was talking for a few minutes earlier, and then he said he was going to go live. So I went over to watch his live stream, but I'm not a big Fernando Valenzuela fan, so I just was like, not really feeling that. So I just thought I'd come over here, do my own thing. Maybe I'll pop back over on Alex's later if he's still going. But anyways, I wanted to kind of just hang out for a bit and see how things shake out. I want to try to pull up some music here. I mean, I already have music, but let's do some specifics here. Yeah, I guess this 80s action soundtrack. That sounds like a promising option. I mean, 80s. Yes, I want 80s action soundtrack. Go. Go. Best 80s action movie songs. Okay, let's do that. Let's go. But then, of course, when I get excited, it's a freaking commercial as usual. Oh yay! Oh, here we go. Bloodsport, baby. I love me some Bloodsport. All right, got the Bloodsport going. There's got some JCVD, John Claude Van Damme. We got some going here. Okay, let's take a look here. Get some. Maybe I want to be careful. I don't drop these everywhere. I'm trying to be careful. I don't want to. Can I maybe put this down here? Oh, yeah, this might work better. Okay. All right. Hmm. I was going through some of my stuff over the last day or so, trying to put some of all my graded cards together that I've gotten over the course of however long. I got them in a box now finally, except for the ones I shown off in my most recent video. And I'm gonna move them in together here shortly. But I was thinking about going through these first. Oh, here we go. No way out. Oh, no easy way out. Never is an easy way out. Now it's buffering. What is that, dude? Oh, here we go. I think this is from Rocky, right? I believe this is Rocky. Oh my, what the zip? What? I had more PSA slabs than I thought. I haven't opened this box and looked at it in forever. Like I said, I started looking at it earlier today to see what all I had left that I didn't sell over the pandemic, and shockingly, I have quite a few still. Some of these probably I can sell and get rid of. I don't think I'm going to need them anymore, or they're just not stuff I'm really into. But there's some like weird generic trade, what do you call it? Some kind of generic grading company, like Gay with an I. Easy way out. Yeah. There's no easy way out, homies. So if you're stuck, you're stuck. No easy way out. Yeah, this is definitely from Rocky. I'm feeling it. All right. Like I said, I'm looking at some of these cards I didn't even know I even had. I was like, huh, okay. Some of these were gifts. I remember people sending some stuff to me. Obviously, some of the stuff I've gotten. Some things I sent in a PSA to get slabbed. I really probably should have marked what people sent me, like put like a little like post-it note on the back of the card or the back of the slab, so I remember who gave me stuff. The more I think about that, I probably should have done that. Whoops. Now I can't remember who sent me what. Is this okay? Okay, good. That's right there. Easy way out. No, there's not. There's no easy way out. No easy way out. Yeah. Oh, what up, Gary? What's up, my friend? Yo, yo, yo. What up, Buttercup? How you doing, brother? Oh, Bing Scott, dude, I haven't seen you in Coon days, my friend. I was going to start showing some cards. I have a whole bunch of stuff in this monster box, mostly numbered or relic cards or chromiums, and I don't even know what all kinds of like variations and parallels. I have all kinds of stuff. So I'm just going to kind of go through. A lot of it's Japanese related, but I think I have some others like Cincinnati Red stuff. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll see how things go. I'm cautiously optimistic, as you can tell in the matter of the last week, since I've kind of um, uh, brought myself back into the community, so to speak, or made my fabulous entrance back into the community. I've done like 2 or 3 videos, like card related videos, or 1 or 2 live streams. So, I had some people on there talking about all different kind of topics. So, you're welcome to hop on here with me if you want, Gary. We can talk cards or whatever. I don't know if you're in between live streams, if you're busy, but I can shoot you the link if you want, and you can hop on here with me. I just hanging out, listening to 80s action movie music, going through some shoe boxes and some monster boxes just to kind of remember what all I have. Like I said, this is kind of like a first time. It's like the first time you ever with a girl, or it's been a long time since you've been with a girl. You got to remember what it's like. So you're nervous. You're trying to take off the articles of clothing, and you're getting nervous, and you don't know if you can do it. You're trying to do the cool one-handed move, like Al Bundy showed us. And you're getting nervous, and you're sweating, and you're like, making a fool of yourself more than normal. So, but anyway, so I'm kind of going through the boxes and trying to be reacclimated to my collection, because I honestly, all natural. Let me turn. Is it a little too loud? The music. I don't want it to be too loud for people, but it's nice, setting a nice ambiance, if you will. But I need to go through the cards and kind of jog the old memory. I'm getting, what it's like, Gary. Kind of getting, when you get up there in age, you start forgetting a little bit of stuff, and you're like, hold on, wait, do I have those cards? Do I have that card? Luckily, the trading card database is still around. It still has my collection, so it'll help me some. But I need to go ahead because I'm going to a card show. I'm going to a card show tomorrow. There's a new card show that opened up, or starting to do them on Sundays. So there used to be this one card show, and then last month they started another guy started a Sunday card show. There was one today, but I had too much stuff going on this morning, so I couldn't make it. So I'm going to go tomorrow to a card show, and apparently they're going to have about 25 to 35 tables. And it's at like some kind of like ritzy, hoity-toity, like golf club, like special town hall, and it's a special, I don't know, like what do you call it, like a ballroom or something. So I'm like, well, how fancy is that? What up, George? What is up? And so I'm looking forward to checking it out. I have a friend of mine who's going to be set up there, and he's the one who told me about it, and he said it was pretty good last time. So we'll give it a shot and see what it's what the fuss is all about. And let me go ahead and put post a comment. Whoops. Sorry. I'm gonna try to put the link of the show. I should say the live stream. If I first I need to get out of that ad. There we go. So if anybody wants to hop on here with me, feel free to jump on here with me. I don't have any agenda, like I was saying before. I'm just going to show some cards and talk some just talk some nonsense like usual. All right, so I'm going to show off some cards, and then just if anybody wants to hop on the live stream with me, great. If not, that's fine. I can be solo. Everybody knows I'm not scared. I ain't scared. What in the world? What in the world is going on here? What's going on here? This is like who's the David Hasselhoff? What kind of movie is this? All right, so this is numbered out of 499. This is a Topps 2002 Topps Finest of Kazuhiro Sasaki. So maybe this light's too bright. Maybe I need to move it back a little bit. Okay, maybe that's a little bit better. So anyways, here's a Sasaki card number out of 499. I really like it. It's a good looking card. Kind of have to put it at an angle. I hope that's somewhat visible without being too the old glare bear. This is 372 out of 499. So this is 2002. This is a second year card for Sasaki. He was part of the Major League Baseball in 2000. Obviously coming from Japan to Seattle Mariners. Let's take a look. What's next? This is a Nomo number out of 1994. It is Fleer 2005. Historical record. So there you have that one there. Historical record, 13 out of 15. Historical record, this is 201 out of 1994. I hope everybody can see these cards okay. That's not too glary, not too glare bear or Gare Bear for Gary, and not too blurry or anything. I'm trying to find the sweet spot, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. So there, the corner you can see 201 out of 1994. 1994. First year I was in high school. Oh yeah, dude, I sold a bunch of my cards, Gary. I mean, I sold a bunch of slabs. Let me turn the music down a bit. I sold a bunch of slabs. What I was doing, and there's like no rhyme or reason the way I was approaching selling my collection, so to speak. I mean, like all of us, I had like monster boxes like laying all over my house. So I finally sold all the junk cards I didn't need, all the overflow, all the just breaks, like all the box breaks and stuff I did, or open up wax of just like random ridiculousness I had. I sold a bunch of monster boxes, like right when the pandemic was happening. I put a bunch of monster boxes together, and then for like about 6 months, I was selling like a couple monster boxes for like 25, sometimes $50 a box there for a while. So I sold through all my junk cards. I have no more, thank God. Cause I had boxes on top of boxes on top of boxes. Got rid of all that. And then I was just taking through all my insert boxes, all my rookie boxes that were like, you know, they've been rookies for like 15 years and they didn't do anything. A lot of my Asian cards that weren't like Japanese, or I had like bajillions of them. I was selling lots of those because that's a huge market. Lots of Japanese, Chinese, Korean collectors out there, not amongst the American collectors. So I sold a bunch of those cards. I sold a bunch of slabs. I sold all my basketball, all my football. I sold all that stuff. I don't have any of that stuff left. I sold lots of relic cards, lots of autograph cards of stuff I just wasn't into. So yeah, I've been pretty busy the last 2 years. Did you sell your 93? No, I did not. I'm sorry. I need to highlight these. I need to highlight this stuff. I apologize, Gary. So yeah, yes, and I did not sell. Actually, they're right up there, like right in my closet. Not that you want to see it, but I have my closet right up there, and both boxes are still there. So yeah, the boxes are still there. So here is a Shohei Ohtani Donruss highlights from 2020, and I don't know if you can see, but it is marked 349 out of 129 out of 349. If you can see that, it's kind of hard to see, I think. But as you all know, I was a believer in Ohtani when everybody else took a shite on him, going, "Oh, hey, what up, Joe? Doctor Exclusive." But everybody just like gave up on Ohtani and was like, he's gonna be, like another just fill in the blank Japanese ball player that came over here and made a big splash, and then it was like turned out to be a nobody. And so I kept buying his cards left and right every time I went to card shows and online and everything else. So I mean, probably half this monster box probably full of Ohtanis. I got a bunch of Ohtani slabs over here as well, I believe. I was still collecting Ohtani, of course, Ichiro. You all know the song and dance. But anyways, I have a whole bunch of those. So anyways, this is a 123 out of 4 or 349. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm glad that I stuck with them when everybody else kind of gave up on them. Was talking all that garbage. This is a number 9 out of 150 Bowman Platinum of 2019 Bowman Platinum on Ohtani. If you can see up there in the corner, you can see number 9. I think Ohtani, what number is he? 27 or 17? Yeah, he's 17. I need to go back and look at some of these cards and see if I can find any, 17s, numbered 17. That'd be cool. This one, I know the Glare Bear is out in full force. I remember Joe helped me remember. But this Bowman Platinum card is blue. It's really sexy. I mean, it is hot to trot. So I highly recommend if you can find any of these Bowman Platinum, not just Ohtani, they're good-looking cards. Oh, you got some Commando music going on here, some Arnold Schwarzenegger. So there you go, Bowman Platinum, Ohtani. Got another Ohtani here. This is a Bowman Chrome, 2019, 80 out of 499. Bowman Platinum. So we're gonna boom. Sorry again, guys. I'm trying to do my best to have the glare not be so bad, but it is what it is. There's the back of the card. So, but I hope the music's okay. I turned it down a little bit. I can turn it back up if it's not loud enough or you're tired of hearing my voice. Oh my gosh. I was just so excited I was knocking stuff over. So next up is an Ohtani, one of those like fake, let me turn this back over here. There we go. I got one of those like fake relic cards, that they make the medallion cards of the rookie card. So there's the relic medallion card, retrospective rookie card from 2020. And as you all can up here, as you all know, it's like the little like medallion rookie card. So I have that. This is not numbered. I believe there were numbered ones as well, if I remember correctly. But next up, I need to get this in a top loader. I don't have it. It's old Fukudome. You thought I was gonna cuss. I was gonna say Mr. Fukudome relic card, and then Allen Ginter, what we call these, like the napkin cards. It's just like I think Pepino Man used to call it like an underwear card or something. Just a moist towelette. People don't use the word moist enough, but it's just a white, just random generic patch. It's just like, ugh. So this one here is a cool one. This was only 9. This was number 2. This is a Yu Darvish Topps Chrome 2017, numbered just to 50. And this is right here. This is like some sort of gold, I guess, card. Man, I'm sorry, guys. I thought I fixed the lighting problem with my. There you go. That's okay, I guess. So here we go. This is 44 out of 50, as you can see there. 44 out of 50. 250. 50 Cent right there, Holmes. Oh, we got some Joe Esposito. You're the best around. Uh-oh. Yeah, damn. We got some Karate Kid. There you go. Boom. This is like the most unexciting Darvish card. He's sitting there at an All-Star game looking all crappy, like he was like in timeouts. He just looks sad and depressed. So yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. So next up we have, I think these, what do you call these, like X-Fractors? It's been so long, I forgot. But this is Tadahito Iguchi, and this is an X-Fractor, I believe, numbered out at 250. This is 129. Look at all that. Where do you want Ohtani to sign next year if you had the Magic Free Agency on? I want him to go wherever he has the best chance to win a World Series, because that is the one thing that Ichiro never got a chance to do, being probably the best, one, I dare say one of the best baseball players in history, but definitely the best Japanese baseball player as of right now. Ohtani might end up taking that mantle eventually off of him. But that's the one thing he didn't have. Matsui won a World Series with the Yankees. That was an MVP of the World Series. But, you know, he didn't have anywhere near the stellar career that Ichiro did, so he kind of got that. Shinjo was the first Japanese player who ever even got to the World Series, even though he was absolutely, like, abysmal. And let me see here. There's the number there. So I would like for him to go somewhere that he has a good chance to win the World Series. And obviously, I don't know what teams. I mean, obviously, I know the Astros just won. The Phillies seem to be pretty good. The Yankees, I think, are still pretty good. The Dodgers. You know, those are teams you would think they'd have the best chance. Obviously, I don't want him. I don't want him with the Astros because F the Astros. But almost anywhere else, I'd be okay with him ending up at. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. He did get one with the White Sox. I don't know. He wasn't really, I don't think, contributing that much at the time. I think he had kind of lost his spot on the roster. I guess he was still there, like you were saying. But anyways, maybe he was playing. I don't think he was playing as much when they did win. I mean, did they win in 08, 07, 09? I can't remember. I can't remember when they won. I mean, you obviously know, you're a White Sox fan. I can't remember when they won. I don't remember Iguchi being really a big part of that win. Maybe I'm wrong. I've slept since then. He won his rookie year. Maybe that's what it was. Was he playing a lot? Was he playing a lot for them at that time? Oh my gosh, I don't even remember. There's somebody put tape on this. Kenta Maeda. So here's a 2018 gold of Kenta Maeda. Yeah, this is 2018 gold here. I think Kenta Maeda, unless something changed, he went to the Twins. Last thing I know, he may still be there. Maybe he's gone since then. Maybe for all I know, he's back in Japan. But this was numbered out of 1412 out of 2018. All right, we don't need it. Okay, skip. Yeah, there we go. Skip. Here we go. Young Hearts. Also another Karate Kid, Kenta Maeda. All right, next up, one of Ichiro's teammates from back in the day that they had. I think there was some overlap with both of them playing at the same time. It's Jojima, Kenji Jojima, Bowman Chrome Gold Refractor. I believe this is a refractor. Numbered out of 50. Another 51. This is 23 out of 50. This is a beautiful card. I mean, again, oh man, I love this song. Young Hearts by Commuter. Yeah. Okay. But this card is a beaut, if I do say so myself. And again, the video or the camera's not doing it justice. Not David justice, not any kind of justice. So yeah, as you can see right there, 23 out of 50. But this card is just so sexy. Is there something? Oh my gosh, is there something on that? I think there's something on the top loader or something, or inside the case. One of the Rolex. That's weird. All right, let's try to fix this. Man, that's such a good looking Jojima card. So hot. That card's so hot. There you go. Much better. Like some kind of like some kind of like little piece of, I don't know, fuzz or some junk got in there. Some junk in the trunk. Oh, trunk monkey. Now I believe this was a short print, like picture variation or image variation of Yu Darvish. He signed autographs in 2013. This is, I believe, a image variation of Yu Darvish. So I believe that's the reason why I have this in here. Like I went through all my cards before the whole 2019, 2020, what I guess it was 2020, like quasi meltdown that I had, or total meltdown, depending on how you look at it. And I was going through all my binders and was taking out any inserts that were numbered, some kind of parallels, refractors, and putting them on top loaders and putting them in a separate box to give my binders more room, and also to kind of like take away some of the quote unquote more expensive, more rare cards out of the binder so I don't damage them. Now I remember looking at this and I go, hold on, wait. This doesn't look like the other ones. And I started putting it together and I'm like, hold on, wait, this is an image variation, I believe. So anyways, there you go. It's not numbered. Just a cool looking image of Yu Darvish in his early couple years playing here for the Texas Rangers. All right, and this is Little Matsui, Little Godzilla. Well, I guess he didn't go by Godzilla, but Little Matsui, Kazuo Matsui. Relic card. Again, nothing special. Another moist towelette right there. Just another, jockstrap card. Nothing special here with the Mets. Not numbered. Nothing, like I said, it's just, and I need to get a better top loader because this was really big and wide. And he's just sliding right in and out. It's like throwing a toothpick into a volcano. It's like putting a bike in an airplane hangar. Oh, here we go. Rocky. Now, this is a cool card here. I believe this is numbered out of 175. This is number 149. And this is Kazuhisa Ishii with the Dodgers. And it's a triple relic card. I think it looks pretty cool, in my humble opinion, if I may be so bold. Tools of the trade. I think I might have found the sweet spot. Like maybe right here I can show the card. I don't got to be all up in the camera's grill, and that will help with the glare. So maybe I found the strategy now. But anyways, so as you can see, this is playoff absolute memorabilia 2005. 3 pieces of jersey. Okay, sometimes I think they use pants. Sometimes they use jock strap. Sometimes they use socks. Sometimes they use like a headband. Sometimes they use elbow pads. Sometimes they use a piece of the shoe. So yeah, a lot of times, so they use all kinds of stuff. This is not the song I thought it was. I was getting all pumped. Sorry, I'm putting them. Oh my gosh. Why's it got to be so difficult? There we go. All right. I wanted to put it in there just in case we had some people coming in and leaving and coming back and leaving and coming back. So we'll throw the my chat in there, the live stream. Here we have also another Japanese ball player who won a World Series, but I don't think they did much of the contributing. They just happened to be there. Is So Taguchi. I don't believe this is number. This is a bat relic from Fleer Box Score from back in the day. All right, maybe I put it over here. So there you go. It's a good looking card. I actually like this card. Looks really good. Jockstrap relic cards are hard for, they are. They're definitely pretty hard to grade because you got to get past the smell. You got to get past some of the staining. it's kind of a tough for the graders. I understand that's probably the reason why PSA was down for so many months 2 years ago, because they just couldn't get the graders to do those dirty jobs. But I think this is a good looking relic card. I think it's well designed. It's cool. Wave of the Future. Wave of the Future. You just received a Wave of the Future memorabilia card. This card contains a piece of authentic spring training game used bat. That's cool. It's very specific. Spring training. Well, thank you. So there you go. There is a So Taguchi spring training used game bat. All right, let's see. Next up, is this a numbered card? No, I think this is just a refractor. This is a Masahiro Tanaka refractor on Topps Chrome, I believe. Topps Chrome 2017. So there you have that. It's, again, nothing really especial, I believe, with this one. Just Masahiro Tanaka, not numbered, nothing like that. There you go. I don't remember this Rocky song. It says Sweet Victory, Rocky. I do not remember. I'm a huge Rocky fan. I do not remember this song. I mean, it definitely sounds real super 80s, so it might have been 2 or 3, I bet. It must have been in the Rocky 2 or 3. Maybe it was in the first one, but I don't think it was in the first one. It has to be 2 or 3. So I don't remember. So anyways, there's that one. Next up, this was I think I might have pulled this out of a pack. It's the Rediscovered. Hold on, sorry. I think I just got to set enough said. Cards that sent me a text. What up, Andrew? But there's one of those Rediscovered Topps cards, but it's Hideki Irabu-san. So this one, if you see there, the writing right here is Rediscovered Topps. The bronze over the Hideki's name on the side there. I believe I might have got lucky that I pulled this out of a pack myself. But I was pretty pumped about getting this card because it was like, as you all remember, they were doing that for a while. I don't know if they still do that. They would put old, like old, baseball cards from years past, and they would insert them into packs, but they would put Rediscovered Topps on there, I guess. And this was from, I believe, 1999. I want to say the year this this card came out. So again, Fat Horny Toad, or I think that's what Steinbrenner called him, Fat Horny Toad. And then this one, I believe, is this number? Yeah, this is numbered out of 1999. Party like it's 1999. Akinori Otsuka. So we have him on here. This is number 264 out of 1999 with the Padres. Back when the Padres, they completely sucked. I've heard they're a much better team now. They went out of their way to get a bunch of new players. So there you go. As you can see, they're 264 in 1999. But here is obviously this is some sort of this is kind of like a rookie card because his stats were from back when he was with Chunichi Dragons. So there you go, San Diego Padres. I think I have some autographs of his somewhere laying around too. Oh yeah, it even says on the bottom there, rookie. Rookie. All right, next up, let's take a look here. This is a gold Hideki Okajima out of 2009 when they still made them gold and shiny. They didn't spare no expense. Gold card here, and this was number, where did it go? 712 out of 2009. So you have this gold card here of Okajima with the Red Sox. I think he did pretty well for them. He was there for quite a few years, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know if he ever won a World Series with them because he was there when they were still pretty good towards the end of the original run they had. And I'm not for sure if he was there to pick up any World Series wins or whatever, but I believe he was an integral part of the team for quite a few years. There you go. So Okajima there. And then I think this is who everybody thought Ohtani was going to be like, Daisuke Matsuzaka, who came over with a lot of fanfare and people were like losing their minds thinking he's gonna be great, and then he ended up being like total garbage. And this is a numbered, I guess, a blue parallel out of Bowman card. Is it cardstock or paper? I think that's what people say nowadays. I gotta learn all the new terminologies. But this is 482 out of 500. And I'll show the back there. You can see on the back. Oh, sorry, right there. The number part. But this is Matsuzaka, and I think a lot of people thought Ohtani was going to end up being like a Matsuzaka, come over with a lot of fanfare, and then end up being just completely terrible or just like barely above average. And that when he was starting to get hurt that first couple of years, off and on, his first couple of years, Ohtani, people giving up on him, and then now apparently he's made a pretty good run for it. There's another blue parallel Bowman, different year. This is 2011 of Koji Uehara. And so this is a pretty cool one. Again, I love these blues and greens, and I just find them very pretty. This is number out of 500. This is number 305, as you can see right there, with them eyeballs. If you get your eyeballs working, you'll see it. And this is Angel of the City by Robert Tepper from the Cobra soundtrack. Cobra. Yeah, that's a what does Sylvester Stallone say? I'm the virus, you're the virus, I'm the cure, or something like that. Oh my gosh, I love 80s movies, dude. 80s action movies. We're never gonna have another decade or time where the action movies were at the level of awesomeness as they were back in the 80s and essentially the 90s, but definitely like early to mid 90s. So anyway, this is Koji Uehara. And I believe this is Kazuhito Tarano out of 50. This is number 9 out of 50. Donruss Diamond King. So this was a green, I believe, some kind of green parallel. The card, this is another, I'm just in this thick top loader. I got to go through here and update these top loaders because this is a thickie top loader, but the card's super thin. Can we say Cleveland Indians anymore? I don't know. Are we allowed to say Cleveland Indians? Is that trigger worthy nowadays? So that's 9 out of 50. I don't think I'm gonna ever be able to call the Cleveland team the name they go by now. To me, they're gonna be the Indians. So I'll still call them the Indians because I'm that guy. So there you go. Kazuhito Tarano. Yeah, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is the guy who was a Japanese adult film star. He did adult films in Japan. I'm pretty sure. Little known trivia fact. I believe that's him. There was one guy who did. So yeah. So let me keep looking here. Little known fact, everybody. All right, let's take a look. Who's next? Another gold. Out of 2009, Hiroki Kuroda. Gold, this is 2000, I think also, 9? Yeah, 2009. Gold. This is number 256 out of 2009. So there you go. He's a player, I think, also who he had a long career, I believe. I think he was with the Dodgers for quite a few years, and I think he ended up over with the Yankees for a while. I think he hung in there for quite a while. So put him over here. Oh, here's another. Is this number? Yep. This is 62 design, I believe. 1962. Another Kuroda. Right here. This is a Bowman Heritage, like a chrome, some sort of chrome. It's a good-looking card. And this is number 189 out of 1962, as you can see. This is not the song that I'm getting too excited about. Come on, man. They started out with so many bangers at the beginning, and they're just kind of like fallen off since then. Boo. So, Kuroda, let's go next. Now, this is a green Uehara. So it's like the blue one. I think the blue one. Oh, is this the same card? Oh, yeah. Huh. Look at that. So here's the green version of the Bowman paper. Out of 450, this is 318. So here's the green version. My favorite color. So I'm a big fan of the green parallels. As you can see there, 318 out of 450. And then you can see here, maybe you can make it out. This is the blue one. This is the green. Right there. I don't think I even realized I had both of them. So there we go. I got me a rainbow started. Who knew? And then I think you all know that the moments and milestones that these Japanese, that Matsui had, I think Ichiro had them too. I mean, I'm not even going to get into this. Is 150 out of 64, or 64 out of 150, sorry. I'm not going to get too much into this because I think there was like literally 10,000 of these cards made with 10,000 cards being numbered, different stuff. So it's whatever. It's some milestones. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Kickboxer. Huh. Is this this is a numbered card. I think this might be a rookie card. MLB Prodigies. That's it. Prodigies. Let's see here. Of Hideki Matsui. But this is actually numbered to 2003. 372. If you can see the number there. It's kind of like on his chesticles. Oh, yeah, here we go. This is Kickboxer. Feeling so good today. This is when he was dancing. What? Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's what it was like. And those two like little like Thai girls or whatever, I start dancing next to him. I believe this is the song. So anyways, we got Matsuri, as I like to say. Oh, Godzilla. So there you go. It does. I did put in a rookie card, but you know how that stuff goes. Who knows? But anyways, this is 372 out of 2003. Have you brushed up on your Cincinnati Reds for this season yet? No, I have not. I don't even know. Honestly, that's a good question, Joe. I'm not for sure how much I'm going to be into really following a team. I think I'm going to work from the premise of like if baseball's on, I'm got nothing going on. I'll probably watching baseball some in the background or whatnot. But I don't think I'm going to really follow a specific team. I'll probably just follow individual players. And people had suggested back before I left, hashtag walk away, that, you should just stick on the players that you like, either vintage or modern day players and just focus on those and not get caught up in the ridiculousness of pro sports nowadays. And in hindsight, that's probably what I should have done. That's probably what I will be doing moving forward. So I won't even say I'm going to be like a Cincinnati Reds fan. Of course, being around Cincinnati, I'll have a lot more access to watching them play on all the old TV. But yeah, I'm not for sure exactly if I'm going to really be technically, if I'm going to really technically like have like a quote unquote team that I'm really going to follow. So here we go. We have the New York. We have Hideki Matsui, also another one, a 1959 design. This is 1652 out of 1959. This is a beautiful card. This is a chrome also. Topps Heritage Chrome right here. It's a really pretty card. I know the glare is not helping it. The old glare bear. There you go. I guess that's pretty good. But as you can see here at the top, hold on, wait, right here where my finger is the number. There we go. You can kind of see it there, I guess. But yeah, so I have no idea if the Reds. I know the Reds were awful last year because I'm sure, like Phil, and I still have like a group text with some of the guys like Filmington and Mark, Stove Sports, and Bob. And I would like pick up on some of the stuff they were saying. And apparently they were trying to, I guess, razz me because the Reds were awful last year. Not as bad as the Pirates, but pretty bad, I guess. And I get, so I assume they were pretty terrible. So I don't know if they did anything or how we'll do anything to get any better for next year, this year, but I doubt it. Okay, this is an artist proof, which I did not know. How do you know that's an artist proof? There's something on here that says, It says artist proof on the card. There you go. That's how you know. This is a Iguchi artist proof card. Even though it says that here, I'm like, how do they know that? But if you're able to look, and I know it's hard to see probably with the light and the glare, in that silver area, it says artist proof throughout that entire card. So it's a Iguchi. Oh, Never Surrender by Stan Bush. Yeah. Didn't Never Surrender, wasn't that also on the Transformers soundtrack? I feel like it was. So anyways, there you have that. Then we got old Tsuyoshi Shinjo. Nice. This is a mirror red out of Leaf Certified from 2003. And this is number 7 out of 100. This is a good looking card. So you have this, it really has too bad it's Shinjo, and he absolutely was terrible. He did nothing. He was not even. I was hearing Tony JP Wisco talk about how, and I didn't realize this. He wasn't even really that good in Japan, but he came to America and got a job with the Giants originally. Then went to the Mets, and I think he went back to the Giants, and then he was gone. So anyway, I think he's only in pro ball for 2 or 3 years max. And but apparently he's now a manager for a Japanese team. I think he said in Nippon Fighting Hams. So as you can see there, 7 out of 100. So yeah, that's a pretty card for a terrible player. A stellar defender. He won 7 Gold Glove awards in Japan in 10 years. I don't remember his defense. I remember his offense was terrible. And this was a cool one. I would never probably really paid attention to this one, but this was an error card for also Tsuyoshi Shinjo because he was so easily to be forgotten. They created a card and didn't even put his name at the bottom of the card. So right here it says error card, and boom. Error card, no name. And so if you look here at the bottom of the card, it says San Francisco Giants, and then there's no name on the bottom. So that's pretty hilarious, but also it's very fitting. It said he's 6'1". I'm sorry, really? He's 6'1"? Okay. Maybe he's one of them wrestler heights. Wrestlers always say they're 3 or 4 inches taller than they really are. It's like when you catch a fish this big, but when you tell everybody the fish is actually this big. So maybe that's what it was. He's really 5'10", but they said he's 6'1". So who knows? Who knows? All right, then we have a Jim Tomei and a Tadahito Iguchi talking about the White Sox. I don't know if Gary's still in here or not, being Scott. But this is a kind of cool one. And this is numbered at 225, and I got number 204. So you have Jim Tomei there, Hall of Famer Jim Tomei with Iguchi, Tadahito Iguchi. Hold on, wait. That's not Tadahito Iguchi, is it? Tadahito Iguchi is. Oh wait, I don't think that's not Iguchi. I think I might have found a wrong. I know that Tadahito Iguchi was yeah, he's a second baseman. That is who is that? I can't remember his name. Shoot. But that is not Iguchi. That's hilarious. I just found that out. Look, I'm just so smart, dude. I haven't even been here. I have not even been back into the YouTube card community, and I'm already finding errors on cards. That's how good I am, everybody. That's why I'm a YouTube Hall of Famer. Boom. That is why I'm a YouTube Hall of Famer. So how you like me now, mofos? Dang. Look at that. So will the real Iguchi please stand up? Please stand up. Will the real Tadahito Iguchi please stand up? So that is Tadahito Iguchi, the second baseman for the White Sox from back in the day. He actually used to play for the SoftBank Hawks in Japan. That's how I was like, hold on, wait. And the guy, I think this guy is the pitcher, and his name's like Shinjo, or I don't know, I can't remember. But that is not. So this is Iguchi, Tadahiro Iguchi. And then they're saying this guy here is also Tadahiro Iguchi, which is not correct. That is awesome. Look at me. And they even have it on the back. That is Tadahiro Iguchi. Oh my gosh. That is nuts. Oh my gosh. I'm like, man, I'm just that good. I am that good, everybody. So this is not Tadahiro Iguchi. I am, oh my gosh, that is so cool. But anyways, 205 out of 205, 204 out of 225. So there you go. Man, what is this guy's name? It's like, starts with an S. Let's see if I have one of his cards in here when I whipped it out. No, dang it. I have to have it. I know I have some. I know. I just can't remember. I want to say it starts with an S though. I was gaining ground on the YouTube Hall of Fame when I hitched my wagon to you when you left the. Oh God, Gary, don't say stuff like that. That makes me feel bad, dude. You're probably right. Anybody who's associated with me got caught in the crossfire. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm sorry if that's probably true. I apologize, man. That is obviously. Oh man, I feel bad now. I don't even know what to say. Yeah, you and I were kind of ride and die there for a while. That is very, very true. Son of a gun. Dude, I am so sorry, man. Oh man. That's, oh my gosh. You not getting in is the same thing I feel like for Henry S. and Troy, TT autograph, Mike Hitman 23. There's a handful of you guys that 100% should already be in. You all been around forever. Yeah, I know. Still, dude, I understand. I understand totally. I mean, you were definitely. I think you've said many times, don't vote for you. You've said you don't want people voting for you. You know, but it's still regardless of that. I mean, that's very kind of you, but yeah, man. I'm sorry, dude. I don't even know. I feel like I can't even move forward now. I feel like I've ruined your chances. And so here is a Kosuke Fukudome on the other side of Chicago, the north side. Topps gold chrome, 46 out of 50. 46 out of 50. Oh, man, dude. I really feel bad, Gary. And, dude, I am so sorry. I know you're probably joking. I know maybe it had nothing to do with it, but the fact is, you know, I pissed off a lot of people. I mean, that is a fact. I mean, you know, and it is what it is, dude. You know, I am okay. If I can still get back a handful of my buddies that we talk cars, talk shop, that's fine. I've never, like, a handful of them have still always been around. Like, I still talk to, you know, a handful of guys. Joe, Dr. Exclusive, I talk to on a regular basis. Bob, for sure. Mangini, Reese. There's a handful of guys I'm still, you know, Alex to a lesser degree. So there's a handful of guys that's still around. But yeah, there's a couple other guys that were definitely pissed. Well, it's fine. It is what it is. So anyway, that's 46 out of 50. Topps chrome. We're gonna. The show just turned awkward there for a moment. No, I know Gary's just joking, but there's a part of maybe he's not joking. I don't know. Gosh. If it's awkward, it's awkward. I mean, you know, it is on me. Here's another go, but this is the Topps paper of Fukudome of the 2000. I want to say 9, I believe. The 2009 Cubs North Side, and this is 1433 out of 2009. Boom. Then I hitched the stove, and then he pulled the plug. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, you know, him and Bob, both of them had like kids in the last couple of years again. Like, I think Stove beat Bob to the punch by a few months, maybe. He had his son, and then Bob had his little girl like 6 months later, I think, or something along those lines. So I mean, they're like daddies and husbands and all that. So, you know, There ain't no more daddy making for me anymore. I'm done with daddy daycare. That's for sure. Here is I had to tell a girl recently, it ain't gonna happen. I had to kick her to the curb because she was trying to do the whole like, I want to have a kid thing, and I'm like, are you out of your mind? Like, I'm not the guy. So this is a Topps Finest green. It's very chromy looking. Numbered out of 99, number 6 out of 99. I love these green ones. Only one more option, turn to the dark side, right? Uh-oh. Turn to the dark side. Uh-oh, you mean talking about nothing but slabs and breaking and selling and flipping and prospecting and ROIs and RIBs and POAs and POSs and bulls and bears and, all that kind of stuff, that kind of dark side. And IPs and PIs and FBI and Magnum PI. So there you go. 6 out of 99. I got 99 problems, but Gary Bink, Scott ain't one. Booyah. Oh, what is this? Oh, you all know. You already know what song this is. I got to turn this bad boy up. Yeah. Woo! I need to get my saxophone and I got to get some some oil and oil up this sexy body for I Still Believe from the Lost Boys. But Lost Boys is not an action movie, so whoever put this in here need to realize the Lost Boys is not an action movie; it's a horror film. Sports Card Dad, yes, Sports Card Dad, you're on your way, homie. Dude, one thing that brought me back into the community was Xavier's video, Snoop. Man, he went full on like torched earth or scorched earth. That video, I didn't know what was going on. Somebody took I don't want to say exactly who did this because this in case, but someone sent me a clip of Xavier saying some stuff. And I was like, is that recently? And they're like, yeah, that was like last night or whatever. And I'm like, hold on, where's this video at? So I went and watched the video and watched him and Aaron talk. And I was like, whoa, scorched earth. I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. And I was like, first, I'm just glad it had nothing to do with me this time. There was no YouTube drama, no YouTube Hall of Fame drama with Jason. Zombie Collector had nothing to do with anything. So that was refreshing. I'm sure also for the community the last 2 years. It had nothing to do with me. I stayed down. I kept my head down. I voted the way I wanted to vote, kind of like a wink and a nod and a couple of my votes, but also voted for some like legit justice and gals, or just guys. At least I think they identify as guys. And but I saw that video, I was like I'm just glad that I'm not in the crosshairs, or I said something that fired some people up because Xavier was hot to trot. There's Hideki Okajima, 12/23 out of 2011. As you can see, this is I think the first year they went to kind of like shitey on the back. They didn't make it gold anymore. They put the black on there. I think this was 2011, maybe 2010 they started doing that. All right, that's enough. Tim Capello. Then we got Hideki Okajima gold there. And then we got a Sasaki relic. I don't think it's numbered. I always thought these Fleer traditions were pretty sexy. Oh, what up, Henry? I came in short because I'm barely 5'9". I'm 5'7", Henry. So I'm right there with you, but I'm even shorter than you, buddy. I'm 5'7", but I'm feisty. I'm like Hornswoggle. So anyways, there's a relic card of the old. I like Sasaki. He's one of my dark horse Japanese ball players. He had a lot of longevity in American baseball with the Mariners. He probably played like 5 or 6 or 7 years. And he already came over when he was quite a bit older. I mean, he had a long career already in Japan before he even got here. He got here a year before Ichiro, and I think so it's 2000. He probably stayed on 2006 or 7, I bet. 2005. I mean, 5 or 6 years, again, longer than most Japanese ball players, quite frankly. And he was, I think he came over as a closer, and he stayed as a closer, I think, to the end. So, anyways, there's a relic card of Sasaki, not numbered. Another Hideki Okajima. I believe this is a. What's special about this card? I'm trying to look at it. What is special about this card? Maybe it's a high number. This is a Topps Heritage paper, as the kids like to say, and it's an Okajima. So hold on, wait. Let's see. I'm missing something from Bink. Let's see. I think Sports Card Dad is losing his investment viewers, so trying to break into the collector's viewers. That's my guess. His views are way down. Yeah, I bet. Well, it probably didn't help when he went, and he also torched, I guess, the YouTube Hall of Fame. That's what caused the whole kerfluffle. That everybody went, mad when he said it was like a popularity contest, which we all already know all that stuff. I mean, everybody knows that. His God level because Sports Card Dad heard it. Henry went to God level because he hearted your comment. Nice, Henry. So I think because this is a Topps Heritage 2008 and it might have been a high number or a short print, that's why I have it in the top loader. Oh yeah, this song's good. This is the training montage, yes. But yeah, this must be the reason why I put it in here. It has to be either a short print or a high number or whatever. So, anyways, and this is a cool one. This is I know who sent this to me. Oh my gosh, I can't remember, but this is a cool one here. This is a Hisanori Takahashi, the Angels pitcher before the Angels pitcher we all know. This is a Topps Vault card right here. This is very cool. In the kind of like snapper case here, you can see there are Topps Vault 1 of 1. This is super cool. I can't even get a heart comment from John Mangini, but I will never give up. Oh, John Mangini, dude, I gotta say, John hooked a brother up today. I thought it was very nice of him. I posted a video. I had my first real card video was today, and I was showing off all the slabs I got. Well, not all, but a big majority of my slabs. And because I did a live stream, but I mean, first though was the glare was so bad. I was using the all natural light today, and I see. I'll highlight your comment. I might not be able to heart it, but I'll highlight it for you, Gary. And I posted it, and then John came on my video and listed or post like 4 or 5 comments. That was like very nice of him to like really go through the video, and you could tell he was like commenting as he was watching. That was very nice of him because a lot of people, they'll catch a couple of highlights of the video. They might not watch the whole thing. You all know I'm a very long-winded guy, and he went through and made some real comments. That was really cool of him. I showed in my last video Homer Simpson was crashing off a bridge. Yeah, Henry, I got caught up with your last couple months of videos. I really I don't know if you saw that I went and I liked all your videos over the last 2 months. I watched them and I made maybe a half dozen or so, 4 or 5 comments on some of the videos. I really liked your videos, man. Yeah, dude, of course. Hey, I appreciate it. I even highlighted that comment. So let's take a look here. Let's see if I have any Ohtani Gem Mint 10s. Well, here's a Sasaki Draft Picks 2000 Chrome 9 out of a Mint 9. As you all can see there. I love this card. Again, this is one of my favorite cards of Sasaki. I need to get more Sasaki. Even though it's worthless, no one really gives a shite about Kazuhiro Sasaki, but I do. Okay, let's see if I have any 10 of Ohtanis, of any 10 Ohtanis. Let's see. I'm just interested to see that if I have any Ohtani 10s. I've got a bunch of 9s so far, but I don't have any 10s. Still looking for one. Oh, I have 1 so far. I think this was given to me. Maybe it might have been given to me by you, Gary. Now that I'm looking at this, I know you sent me some of these. I can't remember how I got this. A 2018 Topps Now Japanese. I'm sorry, yeah, in Japanese, Shohei Ohtani, Gem Mint 10. Right here. This is my first 10. It might have been you who sent me this. I can't remember, Gary. I remember you sent me some Topps Now. See, dude, I remembered. I'm old, and as you can see, my hair is all wonky. I can barely remember to probably put my shoes on in the morning to go out to get the paper. But I remember that you gave me this. That's awesome, dude. That was awesome. I may not go to church tonight because I'm long-winded right now. Yes, I will try to be at church tomorrow morning. That's my plan. I also got to see my tax guy tomorrow morning or early afternoon. But yeah, dude, that was awesome. Again, I'm going to say thank you again, Gary. You're the man. So you're the one and only 10 I have so far on my Ohtanis. I'm still looking to see if I have any more Ohtani 10s. I have, like I said, some 9s. I got a couple other 9s, more 9s, more 9s. Let's see. I think that might have been. I think I might hit my run of Ohtanis. I think the rest of these are Ichiro and whoever else. I don't even know whoever else. I have one. Oh, this is cool. I don't know how I got this either. I think somebody must have sent this to me. The Japanese ball player Rui Hachimura. That was a Gem Mint 10. I still have a ton of 2018 Topps Now Ohtanis. I hit Topps Now hard in 2018. Apparently so. Apparently so, my friend. That's awesome. Yeah. Apparently so. Let's see. Let me grab some more cards. All right, let's see here. All right. Got some more here. Kosuke Hukadome relic card again, a napkin card. Nothing special here, just generic relic. I have quite a few of these just generic relic cards, so I'm not going to spend too much time on this one. This is also a Spectrum Hukadome from Upper Deck, 44 out of 99. So that's, I guess, kind of cool. It's numbered. As you can see, where is the number here? Oh, it's over here. Oh, there it is. There it is. Just so people know, I ain't lying, yo. I ain't lying. I ain't tigering either. 4-Leaf Kids went bananas today. Wonder why. I don't know. 4-Leaf's Kids. I guess 4-Leaf he's a YouTuber. 4-Leaf. Oh yeah, 4-Leaf Cards. His kids went bananas today. I wonder. I don't know. I don't know what the reference is. I know 4-Leaf Cards. I remember him. I think he was, I guess, pretty popular back in the day. Maybe he still is, but I don't remember a lot of. I don't know if I ever really watched his channel that much. I hope that's not. I'm speaking out of school. Eric, my shoulder, my rotator cuff. I effed up my rotator cuff, man. Fudge. Oh man, that sucks. So I have another Ishii, Kazuhisa Ishii. This is a Donruss Timeless Treasure. I think this is Donruss, isn't it? Yeah. Timeless Treasures 2003, 530 out of 900. As you can see there. Maybe. Oh my gosh, there we go. 530. What up? Is it Tim? Is it? I don't know. Stukes, what's your first name? I'm sorry. I can't remember. I don't know if you told me. I don't know if I've asked, but I don't want to keep calling you Stukes Baseball Card and Curiosities if I don't have to. I'd rather call you by your first name or whatever you want me to call you. He needed to start a minor league Japanese card collection. 2 random Japanese guys play for Adam and Travis. I said, okay. I did not know that, Henry, about Eric. Eric. I'll try to remember your first name, Stoops, moving forward, so I'm not having to keep calling you the whole full name. Oh, here we got Survivor, Eye the Tiger. You know that's Rocky. home skillet. So I got 2 of the napkin cards, or the what do you want to call it? The not just napkin, the moist towelettes of Fukudome. Right here we got white with the we got right there white with a blue pinstripe. All right, Scott. All right, thank you, Scott. I hate to whatever you prefer me to call you. I call you Stuke. I mean that's easy, but I can call you Scott. And then we got the generic gray, not numbered, just random relic cards there. I always feel like I can't stop myself from buying like cheap Japanese inserts and relic cards and number cards and parallels and all that. When I can find them for $1 every once in a while or cheaper or just a few schmeckles, I can't stop myself from buying them, even though I already have ridiculous stuff. I have so many different stuff. I still can't stop myself. I can't stop till you get enough. All right, either's fine. All right, I got it, Scott. Thank you, sir. But I guess if I say Scott or Stuke, either one's fine because then it's interchangeable. I'm not for sure why I have this Yu Darvish. I'm assuming this is a short print or a image variation. But this is from 2012 update series right here. Hey, what up, Alex? Sorry, dude. I thought you were gonna bring me on. You said something about bringing me on, and then you started going on and went on to Fernando Valenzuela. So I was like, maybe you forgot, or you're like, F that guy, screw him. How you drop the community, I'm dropping you. So F that guy. So I just decided to leave because I didn't want to, mess up what you had going on there. So I don't know if this is a short print or a variation or image variation, like I said. So I didn't know what you were doing. Oh, here's another one of those like relic cards. So, man, look at this. This next thing. I can start putting together his uniform right now. I'll just go get me somebody who can like do some sewing, and I will sew together. Right now, I have enough for like maybe to cover his penis. I got 3 of his relic cards. This is enough to like cover the old penile area of Fukudome. What are the best pieces? Do the UD execs keep those? It wasn't until the last UD Dollar show. Who knows, man? I always feel like they always. Oh, here's another one. I got 2 of the same thing again. Another boom. Allen and Ginter, Fukudome, one with the blue pinstripe, one with the moist towelette. The moist towelette version. This is like a jockstrap version. But yeah, I always feel like I don't ever see like actual patches or anything cool in any of these. It's like they always are just white or gray or black. And if we're so blessed, we might get a pinstripe of some kind. And I think this is numbered. Yeah, this is a Kenta Maeda when he was with the Dodgers. Out of 179, this is 116. Dodgers. I just went down. Oh, okay, dude. Yeah, I didn't want you. I just was like, okay, well, you had your agenda. Like you said, no agenda's an agenda also, which I like. But you know how I do it. I literally have no agenda. I'm just like literally winging it. I knew I was going up against a big dog like you. I didn't think I was going to have anybody in here for the first like 10 or 15 minutes. It was pretty bare. It's like going bareback in here by myself. There was not many people in here, if any. So I was like, this is going to be a quick 5-minute show. And then Gary popped on and saved me. And so I didn't have to go and cry in my bed. If my bed's right behind me, I can go cry on it. Like, nobody was even in here. Oh, yeah, The Touch by Stan Bush, baby. Transformers, the movie. But yeah, so luckily Gary popped in, and then we kind of got on a roll, and then Henry popped in, and then Scott was in here, and I had quite a few people in here. Scott popped in. Who else was in? Who else has been in here? Gary's just been killing it in here with me, man. I think mostly just Gary. Oh, yeah, Joe's in here, or was. So, yeah, luckily Joe and Gary kind of kept me going there. So, here is Keston Hiura. I know he's like a nobody now. Apparently, I heard Tony, JP Wisco said that he sucks now, which sucks. But this is 89 out of 90 parallel right here. Polished gems. Bowman Platinum. Yep, Bowman Platinum. I love this green. My worst memory was reading Nat Geo, and the previous owner must have liked one page because of Japanese picture of them in a waterfall with only a napkin coat. Yeah, I've seen that when I was in Japan. It's like a Shinto religious thing. They'll like get in the cold water with like the little obis or whatever they call like the little white like with like little napkins or whatever, little moist towelettes, and they'll get these cold ass water and just sit there and like do some kind of like meditation in this cold water, like freezing cold. It's like the polar bear plunge, but they wear those little white like you said like napkins across their waist, and they were like, "Hey, you want to get in here with us?" And I was like, "No, I'm good. I don't need any extra shrinkage. I don't need any help there." This is Kenji Jojima, another emerald. Not out of 499, Baseball Heroes Upper Deck 136 out of 499. You got the Russian. But yeah, so we got right there. Jojima is another player I like. He played for the SoftBank Hawks in Japan, which is like my adoptive team, as Tony likes to say about his Hanshin Tigers. But the SoftBank Hawks was my team in Fukuoka, and Jojima played there for them for years. And I remember seeing him play in Japan, actually. So there we have. That's a cool one. I like that one. I'm like I said, Jojima, big Jojima fan. Oh, this one I didn't even realize this is an artist or a gallery issue private from Topps Gallery of Yu Darvish, and this is 47 out of 250. 250. So then we got the gallery right there. Isn't this the series that, who was it, Austin Meadows or whoever was the one player who had like a terrible image on here? I don't maybe it wasn't Austin Meadows. Who was the guy? It was somebody, I think it was the Orioles or somebody who had like an awful rendering of the artwork. So there you see 47 out of 250. Yeah. So there you have that. So it could have been Austin Meadows. Austin Meadows is with was with the Rays. I don't know who he is with now. That Yu Darvish, it doesn't look that good. Yu Darvish does not look great. He looks like he has downs in this. That's terrible. I just not noticed that. What were these persons doing? What are these artists are doing? They're on drugs or something when they're doing this. And then let's see here. We got Hisashi Iwakuma, who went on to play for the Mariners as well. And this is is it the right word? Apropos. This is what happens when you try to use fancy $45 words, $50 words, but you really should stick with your $5 vocabulary. There's a World Baseball Classic Topps Chrome of Japan legend Iwakuma right here. Apropos, there we go. Maybe that's the right one. This is numbered out of 500. This is 110 out of 500. And this is the actual. Oh, this is the Chrome, and this is a. Hold on, wait. This is a Topps Chrome. I guess this is an insert Topps Chrome, and this is a Bowman Chrome of the World Baseball Classic. And this one's numbered out of 500 also. This is 136. 136 out of 500. This is 110 out of 500. So this is an insert. So this is a World Baseball Classic, I guess, insert. And this one is just the regular one. But you'll see on the back here, it's 136 out of 500. Man, Stan Bush was killing in the 80s. He did all kinds of music for Kickboxer and for Transformers. That's legit, man. Who knew? Who knew? So anyways, there we go. Some Iwakuma. All right. And then last on this group is Takahiro Norimoto, also another World Baseball Classic. Numbered out of 99. This is number 80 out of 99. This is the reason why I got it. Was one, Japanese, two, it's numbered. And three, because it's green, emerald. It's the Emerald City. Sorry, my nose is itching. I'm not doing any coke over here. So there you go. There's the number 80 out of 99, right? Is that right? Yeah, 80 out of 99. Okay, this song's like kind of like low energy, man. I'm not really feeling it. Let's try to find some other stuff. All right, let me go to something else, guys. Sorry, let's go to You've Got the Touch. All right, let's go to yeah. There's like a little image of the guy down there like singing. He's like, yeah. There's this. I know the song was on a commercial, and I had not heard this song since back in the Bowden days. But when this song came up again, I was like, oh man, I love this song. A Fleetwood Mac song, Everywhere. Dude, that song is so good. I love that song so much. Dare I say I might get a little emotional when I hear this song. A little emo. Not that I'm gonna go to like, any level of self-harm. But yes. Can't remember, do you have any vintage Minko cards? I do not, Alex. I love this song. Y'all just have to bear with me. I'm gonna have to I hadn't heard this song since probably whatever 89, 85, whenever this first came out. Now I listen to this song like all the time. Do you have any Minko? Alex, I feel like I saw a video because I got caught up with all your videos. I watched all of Alex's videos for the last 2 years that I missed out on, except his live streams. I didn't watch the live streams. I'll be the first one to admit I didn't watch your live streams. But all your actual videos, I watched them all to get caught up. And I think I remember you showed that somebody sent you one or you picked up one of Minko cards. Man, I love this song so much. Oh my gosh. I don't know what that says about me, guys, but I'm a huge fan. I'm gonna switch it up and move the Japanese around, and then I'm gonna go show some of my slabs. I know a lot of you guys have probably seen this stuff, but I just happened to. This is the box I opened up, and this was like, okay, let's go through some of these cards. No, they're super cool. Thanks, man. Yeah. No, getting verklempt over here. Yeah, it's this song. Oh my gosh, it is so good. This is a song. Hey, I don't know. I'm assuming you're still with your lady friend, Alex. This song is like a wedding song, dude. I'm just telling you, I wouldn't hate you if you get this song for your wedding. If you're still gonna get married, and that's something you're gonna be interested in down the road one day. Not that I'm trying to marry you off anytime soon, but this is like such a wedding song. It's like beautiful. I love this song so much, man, dude. It's legit, man. It's legit. Hold on, wait. What just happened? Did I start this all over again? Oh no, okay. What in the world? But you need to think about that, dude. All right, so let me show you some cool stuff. I know like Alex and a few of you guys have seen this before, a lot of these cards, but I'm just gonna go through and just kind of hit some of the highlights. This is a autographed Beckett authenticated of Carl Erskine and Ralph Branca. Talking about, I was watching your video, Alex. This is appropriate. Ralph Branca singing when he was with Bobby Thompson, and you're right. He had some pipes on him, dude. He was a pretty good singer. But here's a autograph of both of those guys. Not, of course, Pee Wee Reese. But that was really cool. You were showing the cards. The shot heard around the world. And here's this card right here. It's 1976 SSPC. And there's the back. The back is pretty standard stuff here. I don't know. But this is really cool. It'd be so awesome if I got all three of them on there. There you go, Ralph Branca. But every time I think about Ralph Branca, I'll be going to be thinking about Alex's channel, Bowman 53, and that song that he sang. All right. So next up, this is like one of my last quote unquote big purchases before I hashtag walked away. This was a Burke Ross 1952 of Don Newcomb on an SGC slab from back in the day. Excellent 5, I guess. So I was really proud of this card. I thought it was super cool. I just remember buying this, and I remember thinking, I'm like, I'm going to put like a $30 bid or whatever I did. I can't remember exactly, maybe $30 or $40 bid. And I actually won. I thought for sure I was going to get outbid. So, but yeah, here, I really love this card so much. This is like one of the few times I just took a chance on, you know, my Brooklyn Dodgers guys and guys, not gals. There's no girl. I hope not. And then I won it. I know it's, you know, compared to a lot of what other people have, it's like nothing. But this is one of my first times I kind of took a chance for me, and I won. And I was like, wow, I actually won a really cool and unique card that for my collection. So I was feeling pretty good about myself. I was kind of feeling fancy that day. I felt like having lobster tail. All right, next up is a 2013. It's a sticker auto, but it's a really cool card. I don't believe it's numbered. It's not. He's also not a Hall of Famer, but it was a kind of this neat card. Johnny Padres autograph on the 2013 Topps slab. It says 7. I'm assuming the card's a 7, not the autograph. It's not an autograph. I think it's just a card. That's a cool Burke Ross. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate it, man. So I'm just trying to show some of my slabs of my non-Japanese slabs. I have a whole other box full of Japanese slabs. So that's a cool one here. As you all can see, I have a Brooklyn Dodger fetish. As you all can tell, like my musical taste is like definitely like pretty 80s. But I also like my 90s. 80s and 90s, that's where it's at. All right, next up. What is going on here, Kate Bush? Don't be slowing down on me. Here's another cool one. This is a food issue card, and it is autographed. Another video that you had done not too long ago, Alex. It's so funny because you and I have very similar tastes on some of the 50s, 40s, and 50s cards that you show off on your channel, even though you apparently must have like a money tree in your backyard that you shake every couple years or months to get money out of it. But the ones that I have are nowhere near your level. But this is a 1994 Nabisco autograph, authenticated of the Lord of, no, I'm not the Lord, the Duke of Flatbush, Duke Snider. So I was really happy to get this card off of eBay a couple years ago. 1994 Nabisco All-Star Auto, I guess, maybe AS. Yeah, All-Star Legends, Nabisco, Duke Snider. Can't beat some lobster tail from the Sweeto eBay card. Yeah, you're right. Right there. Yeah, but I got the Duke Snider, and I thought it was cool because one is a food issue, which is kind of cool. And I think Alex has even mentioned on his channel recently that, you know, food issue, or maybe it was JP Wisco Tony, that you know, food issue cards are pretty much near impossible nowadays. You don't ever really see them anymore. Let me move this over a little bit. Okay. And let me turn this down a bit. So you don't really see food issued beverage cards anymore either. So whenever I do see them, I try to grab them, especially if they're autographed. I have a couple other ones. I have another cool one here. I think it's back here if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is a cool one here. I just thought it was really neat. Drake's big hitter. I don't know, maybe Drake is out of food issue. I can't remember if Drake. Is Drake a grocery store or something? I just thought it was cool. It's a near mint to mint 8.5 of a Cal Ripken Jr. I just thought it was a really cool image. Oh, did he? That's cool. I did not know that, but this is another. I just thought it was really cool. It's an image I'd never seen of Cal Ripken Jr. It's actually, unlike the Nabisco, he's able to wear his Orioles uniform. They didn't like, you know, was it, you know, airbrush it out, I guess. So that was pretty cool. Let's see what song they pick next to be on here. Oh yeah, let's go. Yeah, we'll play that. I love this song. This is definitely 90s. Next song up. Oh shiznit. Here we go. But yeah, Rhythm is a Dancer by Snap Yo. If you're anywhere near your 40s, you definitely remember this song. Rhythm is a Dancer. Yeah, what up? Kids today are missing out. It was always awesome to get random cars. Yes, I know that's so true. A-Rod, you were exactly right. Drake's Cakes, that's what it was. I knew it was food issues. I knew it was something to do with food. I just couldn't remember. It's the opinion. But yeah, Drake's Cakes. There you go. But it was it's an 1983 card, and it was a 8.5. So that means that it's a what? A collector's grade, right? A collector's grade. So eat your heart out. I'm learning the terminology. So it's even better than a collector's grade. It's a 0.5 better. So put that your cake and eat it. Put that your Drake's Cake and eat a home skillet. All right, so let's see what other if I have any other vintage stuff in here. This card. I remember where this card came from. It came from. Oh shoot! Oh no! I can't remember his name. I feel terrible. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I almost feel bad now to even like show it. Oh, what is that? So what happens when you get old people? You just start forgetting stuff. Dang it! Whoa, Nelly. I can't remember. I feel bad now. The doctor that's in the Kansas City area, right? Super snarky. Oh my gosh, what the heck? I felt terrible. Because this gift was so nice of him. It's also a collector's grade card. Oh my gosh, how the heck did I forget? Yes, Blue Jacket 66. I just had to see one. I just had to see something. Ah, sorry, Dave. I'm such an a-hole, man. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Blue Jackets is that Dave. In 1962, Roberto Clemente, man. This was a gift from him. Obviously, anybody who sent me anything, I kept. I didn't sell or get rid of anything that people sent me. So obviously, Gary's seen that he sent me stuff like slap stuff. I still have it. Obviously, I didn't sell like the things people gave me. At least I don't think I did. But yeah. This card's awesome. Bob Clemente. I love this card, dude. I love this card so much. So cool. I don't know, man. I'll just never have anything probably anywhere remotely that cool. I got some Mike Trout quasi-ish rookie cards or something. Dave sent me a 79 Bowman 53. Oh my gosh, dude. What? Yeah, it was an awesome gift, man. Oh, are you still in Joe? Are you still in here? I found our card, dude. Joe, if you're still in here, Doctor Exclusive. Before I show it, I want to see if you're in here. If you left, that's totally fine. But oh yeah, let's do it. Yeah, we're hitting up the 90s right now. Yeah, Joe, let me see if you pop in here. This is one I told everybody I had to buy this card off of eBay. Okay, I had to buy this card off of eBay because I couldn't believe how I could not believe the name of this company. I was like, what? This graded card company, but it's Sex, spelt CEX, on this Don Mattingly rookie card from 1985 or 4. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh! But if you can see, it's Certified Express is the name of the company, but I always called it my sex card. Right here, you got me. I got me some graded sex right here, guys. Certified Express right here. Certified. I don't even know if there's other cards great about this company floating around, but I was like, when I saw this, I was like, it was Don Mattingly in a slab, slapped by a company called Sex. I was like, yes, I will be your Huckleberry. I could not believe it when I saw that. And then, of course, like nobody was bidding on this card. I mean, I think I got the card for like maybe $5, which I would assume a Mattingly rookie card in Raw would be at least $5. But yeah, when I saw this, I was like, I have to get the slab that has Sex on it. I was like, no way. So even if I broke it out of here and regraded it, you know, I'm sure I would hopefully at least get an 8 on this card, which would be a collector's grade, guys, if you're just wondering. But I will never take this out of here because I can't put it past. I remember thinking maybe I should sell this card on eBay a couple years ago. And I was like, no, I can't. I was like, I will regret for the rest of my life if I sell this. So yeah, I was just like, no. I mean, it looks great. I mean, it really does look great. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this card. I mean, it may, if I really broke it out and if I let it breathe a bit and like regrade it, it might come back. I mean, maybe a 9, wishful thinking. But you know what? Sex never looked this good before, you know? Sex, if I got an 8.5, I feel like that's a win. If somebody was off, if there was like a team of like people from like the Olympics putting up numbers and I got an 8.5 across the board, I'm like, you know what? That's a win for me. So yes. Oh, Alex, I still have over here hanging up. I'm actually getting Alex. I know Alex probably was like super butthurt because he sent me this most awesome gift. And I, not too long after he sent me this gift, I kind of hashtag walk away. But I still have right here, buddy. Alex Bowman 53 sent me this awesome framed of my Brooklyn Dodgers. And I have it hanging up over here in my room, in my bedroom every night. It's not on my ceiling because that'd be kind of questionable, you know. But I have it over here on the other side of the room with my autograph collection. So I wanted to make sure I showed you. I was not that guy that just was like, thanks, and you never seen it again. If you crack it out, I'll buy the flip. I bet you will. On Tuesday and Friday mornings, it's a 10 at PSA. Probably it is. Your Sex slab, baby. You gotta love that Sex slab. Exactly. I know. Oh, I do a lot of incense burning in here. So yes, it is in a good place. It's nice and safe in my room with a lot of incense burning. Ooh. Oh, I'm gonna make you. This is perfect. This CNC Music Factory is perfect for this song. This is gonna make you sweat. Everybody dance now. Perfect for this, dude. All right, next up. Hold on, wait. Is this song going? Oh yeah. Everybody dance now. Here is another PSA DNA autograph, and I think you have some. I think you have a autographed baseball of this guy, Alex. I'm pretty sure you do, but this is a Louisville native. Louisville native, not Louisville, not Louisville, Louisville, of Jim Bunning. Right there, buddy. And I believe I saw Alex. He had his balls recently on one of his videos, or maybe not recently, but it was recent to me. He had his balls on display, as one should always have your balls on display. And I remember, I think I saw a Jim Bunning autograph on one of the balls. That's a pretty special ball to be signed if you have a Jim Bunning autograph on one of your balls. But yeah, I was pretty excited. I came across this one again on eBay for, I'm sure I spent like maybe 20, 25 bucks or something. But I mean, the slab and getting it graded was probably close to that. And that's not including the autograph. See, I'm dangerous, guys. When I tell you I'm going to watch your videos, I'm going to watch your videos. Like, that's not just lip service. It's legit. All right, here is a above collector's grade sent to me by Andrew. Nuff said cards. Nuff said a 1909 T206 Honus Wagner. No, I'm just kidding. Heine Wagner Piedmont 3 out of a BDG. Boom, mother effers, boom. And Nuff said card took the brother up. Nuff said. All right, there you go, dudes. Heine Wagner. You got to make sure the cigarette of quality is always ready to go. So there you go, dude. 75-ish. Woo! As Ric Flair would say. Woo! That's some nice stuff. I got me a Juan Soto and a Ronald Acuna Jr. Heritage. I have a Heritage 2018 9, which I guess is not good. Acuna Jr. And I have a Throwback Thursday Juan Soto 9. But let's see. I'm trying to find if I have any other older cards to show off. I'm thinking I don't have. I think most of it is now like 80s and 90s stuff and some modern day stuff. 75. Let's see. Test my mind. Everybody dance now. Oh, this is the one I was pretty proud of. I also got years ago. And I know it's not like super. I know it's not a super high grade, and it's an SGC slab, but it's a card that I've always liked since I was a kid. It's the 1982 Topps Cal Ripken Jr. rookie card. So there you have that. I think it's a good looking card. It's excellent endearment. It looks like, if I know my little acronyms or whatever they're called. Well enough to know. Let's see here. So, oh yeah. All right. All right, I'm gonna switch it up. I don't need to hear Automatic Lover, even though it's so very tempting. I'm gonna switch to something a little bit more. We're gonna put you in the mood, get you ladies in the mood. Really cooled off lately. Love them, but they eat up space. Oh yeah, they sure do. Yeah, you have a Willie Mays autographed baseball, don't you? I'm pretty sure, Alex, you do. I mean, sorry, I don't want to speak for Alex, but I feel like I saw you have one. I think I saw it in your display case. Yep, he was tricky. Like somebody. Yeah. See, I know. Boom, mother trucker. There's another older card I got, which was cool. A 1958 Topps Frank Robinson All-Star card. A 3.5, very good plus. I bought this off of the Bay years ago, and I was pretty happy about it because I just thought it was a good-looking card with that blue background and really the Reds, Cincinnati Reds hat, and Frank Robinson's smile just pops. So I was like, yeah, for 3.5, I think I only spent like $20 on the card, maybe $25 with shipping. So it was very reasonable. But I was really happy about that card. So yeah. Yeah, those All-Stars look great, man. I love the way they look. They're very sexy, if I do say so myself. I'm a fire starter. All right, this is probably my last one. I know a lot of people will remember this one because I was so happy that I got this. I'm sure Alex remembers, and probably Gary does too. It's a very good to excellent 4 1952 Bowman Monty Irvin. I was so thrilled when I was able to get this card off of eBay. I won. I couldn't believe I won. And again, I know it's at a high grade, but I was just so thrilled. I thought it looked really good. I thought it was really, the color looked great. The back's like, the back's like immaculate. I mean, it really, that back just looks like it's so sexy. It's like Firestarter from Prodigy sexy. Now it's quite a bit off center. Again, I understand on the front, but the colors are good. It's such a great image of Monty Irvin. Oh my gosh, I got to meet him one time with Buck Owens in Louisville at the Louisville Bat Factory, and he was like, they were the nicest two guys in the world, man. They were so great to their fans, and just it was awesome. But I remember getting this card. I think I almost cried. I was so excited to get this card because I had been working so hard to try to get some 50s cards and some 40s and 60s cards. And a lot of time they go, here's the thing, guys. I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm some kind of poor guy and I can't afford stuff, but I'm always responsible with my money, which all of us should be, right? And it was always so frustrating. I would make all these bids on cards and I never could win any. And I was just like, because I just refuse to get like balls out nuts with buying cards because it's a hobby. It's not like I'm not flipping cards. I'm not trying to necessarily make money off of cards. So it was very frustrating because I'm trying to stay within a budget, and I just was always getting outbid. I could never get any cards I really wanted. Just a couple specimens from different years, different products, different eras, different players, and I was just so frustrated that I couldn't get a card, the cards I want. And I guess I'm not even trying to be greedy. I'm not trying to get like 8s and 9s out of 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s cards. Just in the range of like halfway decent looking cards. So when I got that one along with a few others I've shown, it was just like so awesome. I was like thank God that I won some for a change. So yeah, I was very happy that I won that card. Yeah, I always fear that the auto game. You gotta be careful. Great, thanks, Dr. Exclusive Joe. Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. I need to. I haven't looked at card prices in forever, so I don't really know. And I kind of talked about this a little bit in one of my videos not too long ago. That I'm trying to focus on vintage. I'll probably still buy Japanese cards because they're usually, unless it's like Otani and maybe Ichiro, all the cards are really reasonable, so I can still get them for probably like peanuts. So but I might be focusing more on like, inserts, harder to find, variations, parallels, and then like autographs, relic cards, graded stuff that are still going to be really cheap, relatively speaking. But I want to really focus on vintage and autographs of like Hall of Famers or like superstars or all stars. So I think that's what my new focus is going to be, mostly on stuff like that, because I'm not really going to be team focused at all anymore. I don't know if I'll even really follow baseball religiously. I'm sure I'll still keep on track of it, but I don't know if I'm going to be opening packs and boxes anymore. I think I'm mostly just going to focus on Brooklyn Dodgers, certain players I grew up with, certain players I just think are just awesome, like we all do, and then like my Japanese guys mostly. And then, like I said, if I can come across some like modern day players with really decent prices on either, rookie cards or autographs or, whatever, then I probably will pick them up because why not? But I think I'm just going to focus on just trying to, spend my money wisely. What's like Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade? Choose wisely. So I want to choose wisely on the cards. Oh yeah, breathe. Sure. This game and I'll test you. Oh man. So yeah, anyways, there's some of that stuff, guys. Oh, I forgot. Let me see here real quick. I haven't done this for a while. If it freaking lets me do it. I should have done this earlier. Yeah. If anybody wants to pop on to the live stream with me, you're welcome to. I just put the link in there. Yeah, I appreciate it, Alex. Sounds like a plan. Yes, I think so. I mean, you know, I've been very blessed with my current profession, that I do have a little bit more flexibility than I've ever had in my entire life. But I'm also very careful how I spend my money, because you never know when it's all going to get taken away from you. So I'm very careful, but I still want to enjoy, um, the hobby, and I still enjoy like collecting, and really a lot of it. I mean, to be honest, is connecting those relationships with everybody that I kind of missed out on the last couple of years, and build that community, or hashtag card community, so to speak. The old card community there. Is that still a thing? Do people still say card community? I don't know. I feel like that might be like, when you're wearing a scrunchie, or you're wearing like, your shirt on backwards or whatever, like back in the 90s, like it gives it away who you are. I don't know if card community is like, oh, that's so 2019. But yeah, I think that's like, be a part of that, and that'd be fun, and being able to show off each other, the cards I'm trying to find and get, if I can finally get some. So we'll see. Okay, let's move it on. Let's go to different. Let's go. Yes, let's go to this next one. This next one is a lot more up my alley. Well, I mean, I love Prodigy, but this one's like my people. You already all know it's getting ready to get real in here. All right. Let's see here. I appreciate it. So, let me ask you, Alex, are you getting ready to? I know you just bought a house and all that. Somebody's gonna pop it. Oh, shit!
You can just ask me to my face, man.
Okay, I will ask you to your face, mofo. So, let me ask you. So, have you? And you may have already said this before on your channel, whatever. But I know you said you're slowing down on autographed baseballs right now. It sounds like. Are you looking for anything in particular? I know the last couple of videos I watched to try to get caught up was, you said you had a project you've been kind of working on, and it was like you had the book The Echoing Green, and then you're talking about the Shot Heard Around the World, and you said you're trying to be purposeful and like cultivating maybe like a point in time of some of your collection of maybe some specifics there. And I know you maybe don't want to get too deep into it, but are you still looking at some of the stuff like that from around that time to add more to your collection?
I mean, I pretty much live in the 1950s, man. Like it's Brooklyn Dodgers, New York Giants, and the Yankees. Like, to a lesser extent, the Yankees. Like, it's hard to like. It's hard to like. Like, I respect the Yankees, but I don't like the Yankees. Whereas, like, I'm really like, I love the Dodgers. I love the Giants, at least like from that time period. Yeah, there you go. So I mean, I'm always looking at that stuff. I never get too specific about which cards I'm after, because I don't know. Like, I'm always like everybody, I've got like a list of stuff that I'm looking at, and I never know which one's gonna pop up that's like the right deal.
Right.
Every now and then I'll get like, oh, I really want that card, and I'll go try to find it. But
sure,
most of the time I just have a list, and if the right deal pops up, I'll jump on it, but like some of the cards, like that Duke Snider that I just got, like I've been looking at that card for a few years. I just didn't get it because I just didn't see a good deal or whatever. So
you had done a video, and again, I've watched it all together the last couple days to get caught up. So I don't know how far back this video actually is in your repertoire, but I wanted to ask. I thought you did like watching your video is like watching like little mini documentary. So it's like makes you just love the the game and the sport and the cards and the stories and all that. But you highlighted the common card of that specific player. And then, like, you even said in the video, and I thought it was really cool that you said, like you can just, like every card or every player has a story, you know what I'm saying? And you're like showing like the image. You talked a little bit about the player. and it's like like you talk about the 50s. A lot of times about the 50s, I was like, what's going on? And I think a lot of times people get so hung up on the Mazes and the Mantles and the Pee Wee Reeses and the Jackie Robinson, and rightfully so. I mean, obviously there's a reason, but there are a lot of really cool cards out there and with some really cool designs and cool stories that it's cool. People like you will highlight that, and then you're like me. As soon as that video was over, I was like on eBay, like looking up stuff and trying to like get an idea of like maybe there's some cool cards that connect with me like that. And maybe I need to go through and see, and you can collect maybe in a more reasonably cost-effective way that way too.
Yeah, I mean that's honestly why I do it, because like I can't I mean sometimes it's fun to save up for a few months and get a big card. I mean, like I don't mind doing that because to me it's like there's stuff in collecting baseball cards that kind of helped me try to get a little bit more mature in a way. Like I always knew like, okay, I got to be careful with money and like, you know, blah, blah, blah about finances and stuff. And I was never really kind of careful with that, you know, like even after college. But somehow with baseball cards, it's like I can get really disciplined. Like, okay, I gotta be patient. I gotta like be careful and all that. It's like, why can't I do this in my regular life? So I'm getting a little bit better at that.
Sure.
But I can't do that all the time. Like I don't want to wait like 6 months just to get one card. So it's nice to like find other stuff to collect that's not, you know, like not ridiculously expensive all the time.
Right. And I think sometimes also like what you highlight. Oh, but before Scott made a good point also, and I think that's true. I know that there's probably not a whole lot of card shows. Maybe I'm wrong in the Savannah area, and I know you've been to card shows at all.
There's nothing here,
right? But when you go to a card show or whatever, you go to, or any store for that matter, I guess. But you know, sometimes they'll ask you what you're looking for. You're just like, I just want to looking for something. There's like something that sticks out to you.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with eBay, though. I mean, we don't have to go to a card show to know that you're just looking through eBay, and it's something that just pops out to you, right? It's something that gets your attention. Something that's kind of just like, it's like, hey, what about me? It's like getting a puppy dog. It's like, take me home, you know? And it's the same idea. And, you know, but I think it's really cool because when you go to you look at some of these other, you know, cards that are semi-stars, or maybe they're like flash in the pan success, but they never really, you know, move forward. Yeah. Some of those guys have great stories. And, you know, that one thing with like Ralph Branca, right?
Yeah.
You know, Bobby Thompson, I mean, he had a little bit bigger, you know, like a star over his name for, you know, for what he did.
Yeah.
But those videos you showed, I know I mentioned this to you before or not too long ago, but them singing that song, I never even knew.
Yeah.
And
no, me neither.
I was like, and then like you were saying like he was talking about his wife or his girlfriend at the time.
Right.
And at first I was like, what are you talking about? Like that was in the song? Because I didn't get it yet. And then he sings that song and he's talking about that little bird or whatever that was always there. But I was like, oh my gosh, like what?
Right.
You know, it was just great. And then there's like a whole newfound respect for him.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like everybody knows Bobby Thompson, you know, like sort of synonymous with like baseball history.
Yes, sir.
But like there's so much more to that story. And I think it helped too that like he was a Brooklyn Dodgers. Like, okay, anything that's Brooklyn Dodgers, I'm definitely interested in. And so when I realized like when you're a kid, you like the hero's story. And so everybody knows Bobby Thompson. But like as you get older, it's like, I want to hear what happened to the guy that lost, because like, like that's actually, and it turns out it's like way more interesting than Bobby Thompson. So yeah. And like,
I think you're right. And like, again, you know, you're the kind of person who's willing to dig a little deeper than the superficial stuff. And I know because I think you've mentioned this on your channel before. Maybe I could be wrong. I mean, I'm making this up, but I know you've mentioned in a roundabout way, like you're more like this historian, like talking about the history of the game. And you might not have called yourself that, but that's essentially what it is, what you're doing, because you're doing a little bit more of a deeper dive than the normal, you know, fan or collector or whatever. And it's bringing parts of the community, you know, of these players to the part of the community that I don't think a lot of us would even know about if it wasn't for people like yourself who's willing to do a little deeper dive and dig a little deeper than the superficial stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's everybody collects how they want to collect, right? And like, I think that not, not every card you get has to have some, like, okay, now I'm going to go like look up stuff on Wikipedia. Like, that's not for everybody. And like,
Sure.
I don't do that all the time either, but I mean, I do. I mean, I don't know. When I was a kid, I loved watching Ken Burns documentaries, like not just not just the baseball one, like all of them.
Yeah. The jazz and the Civil War and all that stuff. Yeah.
It's in my blood and like, I can't help it. And it's fun. Like to me, that's part of the hobby. It's like, I like collecting cards, but I also like the cards get me thinking, and I like reading the books and all that stuff. So to me, it's all kind of connected.
I think that's so true. I think also, it's like unbelievable because you are definitely the kind of person that you like. And again, because I watched all the videos together, so I might be able to look at it from a different perspective than people who see the videos and they come out every couple of weeks or a month or so. But like, over the last, let's say 6 months or 8 months or whatever, you had found like a magazine, then it sparked to like a card, the spark to a record, the spark to an advertisement, and it was like ping, 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 ping. But and it's it's like a pinball machine. It's like you don't know where it's going, but there's a purpose to it, and you do such a good job because then a lot of times you'll do in your videos in the presentation, you'll have a random thing throughout, let's say, a 4-month period, but then when you see it right there in the camera, you're like, like the light bulb goes off. You're like, this is where he was going with all this stuff. And it's so cool because you're always thinking like that step ahead. Like you're looking at the bigger picture where a lot of people can't get out of their own way and only see that one thing. And it's really, that's a testament to how you collect, I'm assuming, because you're really willing to do the work and not just do a lot of the heavy lifting and then like, okay, I'm done. I got the one big thing out of the way. I'm done. Like you spread out and get quite a bit of the stuff.
I mean, thanks for saying so, but that I definitely doesn't feel like that. Like it does feel pretty random, like just like anybody else's collecting. It's just
you do a good job of BSing your way through it because it makes a lot of this happen.
Yeah, I mean, like when I look at whatever I got the year before or whatever, it's like, how did this happen? I try really hard to like think about what I actually want and like try not to go down blind alleys or whatever. But
sure,
I mean, it happens and it's not a bad thing. Like, you should, whatever you're doing, enjoy it. So,
yeah. So you have the house now, right? Are you still in Savannah or in Savannah area?
I'm still in Savannah. Yeah.
So do you have a lot more real estate in the house now for like collections and things of like hanging things on the walls or like putting up, curio cabinets or whatever where you can like display things? Because I see the stuff behind you. I knew your old setup at your old house or old, whatever townhouse, whatever it was. So do you see yourself over the course of years and maybe decades, like really going like balls out and like have like a Hall of Fame worthy rooms or whatever? Or are you focused just in your main room, your card room?
It's all in this room. And I'm going to try to keep it all in this room. I'm trying to avoid like drowning in memorabilia, like somebody told me like, oh my gosh, this is like a museum. And like, they meant it as a compliment. And I was like, oh God, like this is getting out of hand. Like, I don't want to, I don't know, like it's got to be like everything in moderation, right? Like, I don't want to have like a news crew come to my house someday and be like, this is the biggest collection in Savannah. Like, I'd be like, oh no, that's not good.
Yeah,
then you're trying to keep it under control.
Then you're gonna have like a guards at your door because people are gonna come in there and take your stuff. They're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I saw that. I thought it was smart that you did because you had shown two things you had done in the videos. Again, is you got the those like UV boxes that you could display and put them in the boxes, and it was like, I don't know, it was like a 25 count box or whatever, but it was like then there. But then you also got the glass cabinet, which also you could display hanging on your wall. And I was like, and then you were talking about, changing the ones out, like, during like maybe focus on like a certain team or maybe pitchers or like 3,000 strikeouts or whatever it was that you kind of focused on. Yeah. And I thought it was really cool because you can switch it up. And that way you have like, it's like but it is like a museum because you can change
yeah, you're right.
You can change the exhibits from time to time.
Right. I got to get little signs and like,
and you even have the white gloves out and all that, the white glove treatment.
Right. Yeah, I got to get some spotlights and yeah. Yeah,
Right.
no, but like I like the smaller display because it's not everything, and then I can swap stuff out when I want to. And it's not like taking up the whole wall. So it's a good balance, I think.
Now, years ago, in the olden days, when I had a friend of mine whose mother worked for a framing company, and I was heavily into vintage film posters.
Oh, cool! Really? That's
and,
awesome.
And I mean, I had dozens and dozens of mostly grindhouse and horror movies and things like that. Things that, I mean, because back then those were the posters that were like amazing because the artwork they would do.
Yeah.
So, anyways, she would get them framed, like professionally framed for like nothing for us. And I had like this like museum quality, quote unquote, and I'd have a rotation, like you were saying, like an exhibit. And I'd have like 3 or 4 hanging up in my house, and they'd be up for 3 or 4 months, and I would take them down, put those in my garage, and I bring out the other ones.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was just so cool. But like you said, you know, I'm not gonna have my house filled with like 25 like Dawn of the Dead and like Lost Boy posters. People are gonna be like, "What the hell, dude?"
Right.
You know, like they scare all my Christian friends and family away. so like I would like put like, you know, Pete's Dragon up or something to protect them.
Yes, Pete's Dragon.
But you know, like, you know, but the thing is, it was just like, it was nuts. But it was like but also you want to display it, like you said, you want to try to contain it in one room. Yeah. But you still want to show it off.
Yeah, I don't want to like forget that I have it and like have it in a closet somewhere. I want to see it, but like it doesn't have to be everything. So do you still have any like original posters?
I have some. I have out in my garage. I don't think they're framed anymore because before I moved to Japan, I ended up having to take everything out, you know, because it just was like too heavy to, you know, either like, or too big to like store, or it was this, you know, I was just afraid it was going to break or whatnot.
Sure.
And since I had them pretty much got them for free, then it was just, you know, fine. And I ended up giving a lot away to my friends, and I'm like, hate myself because so many of those were autographed by the stars.
I was just going to ask, were they autographed? Yeah.
Yeah, I had my Fright Night poster from 1985, completely autographed by everybody except oh shoot, the guy Vincent. His name is shoot, I can't remember his real name, but anyways, he played Cornelius in the Planet of the Apes, the guy who plays like Van Helsing's character. I can't believe I can't remember his name all of a sudden. But anyways, he was like the only one because he passed away. Everybody else, like, huh?
It's not Roddy McDowall.
Yeah, Roddy McDowall. That's who it was. Thank you.
Yeah.
I can't believe I couldn't remember his name. But yeah, so he was like the only one I didn't get an autograph. And I had to Return of the Living Dead, which is like one of the quintessential zombie movies from like 85. I had that pretty much signed by the whole cast. I had Dawn of the Dead almost all autographed by the entire. I had, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff.
Wow.
And you know, and I was like, and I had like a Gremlins poster signed by like Joe Dante, Dick Miller, Zach Galligan. Everybody was all the big guys in that one. And then like I either sold them for like peanuts because I couldn't take it with me to Japan. And I was like, or I essentially gave them away.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my gosh, dude. I was like, what am I thinking? So ever since then, I was just like, I have like OC, or I'm like a PTSD from
yeah. Let me here. I'm going to ask you a question. Like, if you, let's just like hypothetically, if you were to get back into poster collecting, what would be like, just off the top of your head, what would be like your 5 favorite ones that you would pick up?
Oh my gosh, I would definitely go back to the Dawn of the Dead poster, the original 1978 poster. I probably 1930, I think 9. I want to say Todd Browning's Freaks.
Oh yeah, I know the movie. I don't think I've seen the poster, but I know the movie.
Yeah, the poster is just real. I mean, it's weird. 1954's 1954, The Creature from the Black Lagoon. Awesome. For sure.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Back to the Future. So 1985, cool. Back to the Future, I think, is 85. And then my 5th one. Let me see. Let me think of something really really subversive. Like Werewolf Women of the SS. Elsa's Werewolf Women of the SS. All dressed up like World War II Germany or whatever. I'm not going to say the words, but
Yeah.
such a subversive film. If you've not seen that film,
No.
as most people have not, it is so messed up. But it just having a bunch of hot chicks and like with whips and like whatever, just on the front cover, that would be amazing. So those are probably my five. I could do 50 of these things, but probably those would be up there. Again, like Fright Night, that's an amazing looking poster also.
Yeah.
So what about you, man? You're a movie fan as well. Hell, that's what you do for a living. You talk about film.
Yeah.
What are some of your maybe top 5 posters that you would like to see hang up? Or
I used to have a lot. Like none of them were original. They were all like reproductions. I only have one left. It's like you can't see it, but it's right up here on the wall. It's the original Star Wars. But it's like it's not one of the most famous posters. It's like it almost looks like a comic book from like from the 50s. I'm sure you would like if you saw it, you would recognize it.
Is it original or it's a reprint?
It's a reprint.
Yeah. Okay.
But I just love it so much. I wish it were real, like original, but
those would be expensive.
Yeah, but it looks awesome, and it's
of course.
It's great. I used to have a lot more. I like a lot of I had like Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, that's a great one too.
Spielberg stuff like Jaws.
Yeah, Jaws. Oh yeah, that's that's the thing is nowadays they do all this copy and paste in from some like freaking like image gallery or whatnot, and there's like it looks so generic and this garbage.
Yeah.
There were real artists literally painting these posters, and then they were putting them in the theaters. You know what I'm saying? It was just like it was amazing. And now it's just probably some guy who dropped out freshman year of college, and like cutting and pasting these posters. They look like this hot garbage, and I'm like, I can do that, and I'm stuck at doing anything technology related.
It's lot of like really shoddy Photoshop.
Yeah, and it's like the same thing over and over again. It's the same. If it's like a horror movie, it's like the same image. If it's an action movie, it's the same thing. Drama, it's just like the same thing. They just change the actors around, but it's the same freaking image.
Yep.
Real quick here, Scott said, "Did you know that Baseball Hall of Fame and famer Bill Sharman was on the Dodgers bench when Bobby Thompson hit that home run? Sharman never appeared in a Major League Baseball game, or he got called up in September." No, I did not know that. Hall of Fame basketball player, huh?
That's crazy.
That is crazy. I didn't know that. Huh.
There's a lot of crazy stuff about that game. Like Frank Sinatra was at that game.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like the day after that game, the Russians had tested it like an atomic bomb, and like it was just a crazy time.
What year was this? 52?
51.
51. Okay.
Yeah.
I traded my 1950 Jackie Robinson poster away about 20 years ago. That's one item I would like to have back. Yes, I would probably say the same thing.
Wow.
Yeah, the thing is like, and like we all of us, my situation is not at all unique to me. We've all given away, traded, sold, lost, damaged, or whatever, something in our collection, either cards, comic books, posters, whatever it is, and it's just like, things that you find that you find enjoyment in.
Yeah.
And, but the thing is like, 47 by 21, I think, or no, that's right. So 41 by 27, like the poster size. The original poster sizes from that time frame. That takes up a lot of real estate in people's houses. So it's unless you have you live in some sort of mansion, you're not going to be able to like display a lot of these things more than just a couple at a time, anyways.
Right.
I was like grateful that my son's mother was back when we were first married. Probably because we were first married, she didn't want to tell me no. She let me hang up all these like horror movie posters that were like probably like give her nightmares, and I was like hanging them all over the house. But yeah, nowadays I'm just kind of like, man, but I have to go back and look, and I'll just show maybe what I have left in a video sometime, just to have it.
That would be awesome. Yeah, my girlfriend's super into movies, but like she's more into like art house stuff and like international films, and so what I've discovered is like you're saying, posters take up too much space, but like lobby cards and like smaller stuff. And like, for example, a couple years ago for her birthday, we were like on a Kurosawa kick for a while, and we watched Seven Samurai, and we just like really loved. We watched that movie like a bunch of times, and so I found an original like a mini poster, like maybe this big, that movie, and like shipped from Japan or whatever.
Chirashi.
For like, I don't know, maybe it was like $100 or something. Like, you know, it was an investment, but it wasn't like scary, and it's awesome. Like it's like it doesn't take up a lot of wall space.
No.
It's like it's almost like the size of the poster matches how much you like the movie. It's like, I like the movie. I don't want it to like take up my whole wall, but like I like it. So like that was kind of a nice compromise for like still enjoying movie posters.
For sure. Here, let me show you something. I think I have something right over here that you might like.
Cool.
In that same vein. Where did it go?
Who else is in here? Make yourselves known in the comments.
Let me look. I think maybe it's over here in 1 second. I'm over here like, I know.
Let's watch Jason walk around in his house.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I need to look for it again. I don't want to spend too much time walking around, but I have what you're talking about. Those mini posters, they're called chirashi.
Okay.
Mini posters, and I have a whole bunch of them. Also, a bunch of 80s and 90s and 70s horror movies. And you're right; they're beautiful. They have completely different artwork a lot of times. Obviously, they're all in Japanese.
Yeah.
And it's so cool that you have some of that stuff, so you can share that with her. For sure. Also, I will say, like you said, the mini posters are cool, but also lobby cards, you're right. And then there was like, especially we're talking about the 50s and 60s, 70s, and even before, they have the window cards. So they're like the 11 by 17 almost. So again, it's like the poster, but it's a much smaller version.
Right.
And it's another way to like have them hanging up in your house, and you can have quite a few, and it's not going to take up a whole lot of space. Whereas a 27 by 41 authentic, original poster is going to take up a lot.
Yeah, it's like a commitment. Yeah,
it is. Plus, it's I don't know. You were in one of your videos, you spoke about that you have a framing company you use or somewhere local. Is it like Michaels or something?
Yeah, it was just Michael's. Yeah.
And I was thinking, do they do quality work in your opinion? Are you happy with what you do? It looks great on camera, but
anytime I've gone there, I mean, they've got like every possible combination you could want, like whether you want a matte or whether you want a wood frame or metal or whatever, they've got every possibility. And I mean, I think the prices are reasonable. I mean, I honestly wish that like there was someplace local that like maybe I could get to know and like maybe get discounts or whatever, but like, I mean, Michael's is what I've got, and they do a pretty good job.
Yeah, obviously it's working out for you because they look great.
Yeah.
But so with I know you say you don't have a whole lot of like real estate in your bed or your living or your hobby room, your card room. Is there going to come a point that you just have to say no, you think, on some stuff, or is there always going to be an excuse, so to speak, that you want to buy something, and then like we talked about before, like curating a collection, so to speak, those are like museum words. You said I don't want that necessarily, but you'll be able to like hang things up on the walls over maybe the course of 6 months to a year and switch up stuff, or do you think you'll have a hard stop, like you have that focus that you did with like the Bowman 53 colors, so it's like that was just like television.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the way it works now is like, for example, that case behind me, I've pretty much like maxed out the space. Like there's probably a room for like 2 or 3 more cards, but if I put any more in there, it's gonna start looking like just kind of cluttered. So that all that means is there's going to be stuff that's like living in boxes now, and I'll just rotate stuff out that I want to look at. I mean, and that's what I think most of us do anyway. I just haven't had enough cards to do that until like recently. All the 53 Bowman cards are in a box, and so I don't see them that often, and I kind of like that because it means when I do get them out, I like appreciate them a lot more. But I've been thinking about getting a wall case, just a small one for like maybe 10 cards, and just so I can rotate them out and see some of those cards every now and then.
Yeah.
But like, whatever I don't display, I'll just have to file away or whatever.
I know Sean Stealing Second back in the day. He lives not too far from me, about an hour and a half or so north of where I live, and I go to his house quite a bit, or like at least we did from like pandemic, backwards.
Yeah,
and we'd hang out. We'd hang out a lot, and he had like at his house maybe 2 or 3, maybe more of those like wall cases that you can like show the slabs, and he had a couple like floor model ones where there were like glass cases, and it was and his house was a decent sized house, and it was so cool to see, like you said. But like he had a rotation, even though he had a lot of space, he had a lot of cool stuff he was showing off, and I was like, every time I go to his house, I felt like it was like update. He was like, oh, you haven't seen these cards, these are new, these are the new pickups or whatnot. But yours is, like you said, focused kind of like Dodgers, the New York Giants, and then to the Yankees to a lesser degree. So, I think that'd be cool because you can do like a Brooklyn Dodger theme, and maybe you could do a New York Giants theme, and you can do a Yankees theme one as the time passes by or whatever.
Yeah, one of my shelves back there is like 50s New York baseball right now. And so I can kind of do it there, but like if I were to get a wall display, I would definitely do it. And like I was thinking, I would have like maybe I do an obvious thing, Bowman, color Hall of Famers, but I would also do like kind of random, like my favorite common cards, from that set, or like my favorite cards of guys taking a swing or whatever, and just kind of mix it up.
You highlighted a common. I guess I would assume he's pretty common, a pretty common card. I think it was is it Joe Easter?
Oh, Luke Easter, yeah.
Luke Easter. That was such a good looking card.
Yeah.
And like you said, it was just like it's not one that you would search out for and go, that's the card. That's something. I mean, as far as like name kind of recognition, right? But that's such a beautiful card. I mean, that is such a great looking card.
Yeah, I mean honestly, that's partially why I collected that set, because I knew that I would enjoy the cards as they came in. That I wouldn't be like, okay, I'm building this set, but I'm not that thrilled about the cards coming in.
Right.
They'd be like, why am I doing this?
You're like, who cares about this card? Like, get out of here.
I mean, like, I get the bug, that people get when it's like, okay, I'm going to finish this set. But if you're not having fun doing it, it's like, okay, great, I built the set and I didn't really enjoy it. So it's like, what's the point?
Right. Oh my gosh. Well, I remember, you and I think I've been almost at the one. I felt like close to the beginning of you start that journey.
Yeah.
So I remember watching at least halfway through to the very end of you getting everything that you got. And I remember asking, as so many of us asked you, so what's next? And I remember even then, that was like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, whatever it was. And I remember you even saying, and it's like so Alex, you were like, yeah, probably something like in the 50s or something, like, I need to maybe another set. I don't know. But you're like, I'll definitely probably focus like in the, vintage 50s and and like fast forward 3 years later, that's essentially exactly what you did. You're like so like focused like that. There's so many people who, most of us cannot be that focused, but I'm always impressed at your ability to like really just, narrow down what it is that you like for whatever the reasons, and that you stick to it.
I mean, it's like it's messed up, Jason. It's like what's wrong with me? I don't know. Like, because here's the thing. Like, I see like guys collecting stuff from the 70s and the 80s, and it's like that I should be collecting that. Like, that's the era that I grew up in, and I love baseball from that time period. And like, I know all those players better than I know these guys from the 50s. It's like, why am I not collecting? Like, why don't I have a Ricky Henderson rookie card? Like, that card's amazing.
Right, that's true.
So every now and then I kind of like, what am I doing? But I can't, because I'm afraid to like start collecting everything, because then it won't stop.
Right.
I'll just get out of control.
That's true. That's probably the best way to look at it. Is like once you break the seal, it'll be hard.
There's no telling. Like, I know I would have a conversation with my girlfriend. Like right now, everything's okay, like collecting wise.
Right.
But like if she starts seeing like, piles and piles of cards, it's like, okay, we have to have a talk,
Yeah, that video of her, I know I made a comment, the video of her talking about, like, that was like, I mean, that's the only video I think she was in. Maybe I could be wrong. And then she was like, oh, he's so handsome.
Yes.
And I was like, it's a person who honestly has no idea what they're looking at or what they're doing. So, and that's what was like so sweet and like so innocent about that, was because she's truly looking at the cards. Like it could have been Mickey Mantle. It could have been the freaking guy from the guy getting hit in the nuts. That dude get hit in the nuts. She was purely looking at like the card, like the colors of the card, the player, rocking the Magnum PI mustaches, whatever. Right. And it was just like, I'm like, that kind of gives you a different perspective of how people look, especially from other parts of the world, of like looking at something. Because we just take it for granted,
No, totally. And like initially, she was like, "Okay, that's cool." Like she had no idea what it was. She's like, "All right, that's your thing. That's awesome." And then I would gently try to say like, "Hey, this is kind of cool, right?" Like the older cards, she definitely gravitated towards that because of the like the photography or the artwork or whatever. She's like, "Oh yeah, these are way more cooler than the newer cards because the newer cards kind of feel like they're just coming out of machines.
Right.
The older cards feel like they were more handmade." So she kind of like that. But then when she started realizing how much some of the stuff was worth, like after she's like, how much is, she started asking me like, how much is that worth? How much is that worth? She's like, I think we need to get a security system. And like now when we're opening cards, she's like, is this worth anything? Is this worth anything? And it's so funny, but it's also like, that's the corruption of this hobby, right? It's like, suddenly we don't care about the cards anymore. It's just about the value.
Well, don't piss her off because now she knows what your collection's worth. All of a sudden, you have like holes on the wall where your slabs used to be. You're like,
right.
You're like, she's been here. She's not here. You gotta tell her like all the Billy Ripkins from like 1989 or whatever, like something that's like throws her off the scent. Like that Mickey Mantle, just like
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was like the really coolest thing when I saw that was like, yeah, that's awesome because we get so jaded in the hobby, and I think it's cool when you see it from a young kid's perspective or somebody who's like completely outside the hobby. They're just excited about the cards. And like, I remember when my son, I have videos of him, opening up packs and he was just so thrilled and was like, and I was like, that's what we all were like when we were kids, and, now we're like, and that's what drew me a lot to what you said about like the common card that you focused on from like 1952 or whatever it was because it was like, it makes you appreciate the cards more for what they were and what they are, and not because of who's on not the image you see.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you listen to these older guys that have been collecting for a while, like talk about collecting in the 1970s, let's say. Like, I think we all would have had a lot more fun because we wouldn't be saying like, oh, look, here's the Hank Aaron rookie card and I can't afford it. It's like you could afford it and it wouldn't break the bank. And, maybe you would actually think twice about buying it, but like you could probably get it. And like most of the cards that we look at now would not be like killing us, and we could just actually enjoy what we all really want to enjoy, which is like the players and the meaning of it and stuff. And we wouldn't be talking about grades and like, okay, I've got to sell plasma like you always say. And
that's my.
We would just enjoy the hobby a lot more.
Yeah. Well, the one thing it's something just talking to you just now, but also knowing what I know about another aspect of the hobby, which is what some of our, friends or people that we are involved with the YouTube is that, you like the stories, you like maybe the story behind the card, maybe not necessarily just the card itself. Obviously, a lot of people know the stories of a lot of the famous people. Those tales have been told for millennia at this point. It feels like a lot of them, So one thing I like to share, and maybe it'll resonate with you because of your background and your interest level. So I really could never articulate this until maybe this moment. But the one reason why I loved TTMing, through the mail autograph collecting, is because you can send these guys that have been around for like literally 70 years. They played in the 50s. They played in the 60s. Hell, some of them might even played in the late 40s. They were still alive, and maybe now most of these guys are starting to, of course, pass away. But if you were involved in it early on, you could send their cards through the mail. And not only would you get the autograph, but if you asked them questions, they could feel your like actual passion for what they did. They will send you back letters, and they will answer your questions, and it brings the game alive.
Yeah.
Or that you will never have. Like, these people are not being asked questions because no one cared about them because they only had 1 year on the team with the Brooklyn Dodgers, or they were like right in, they were there for 7 years, but they were like the third deep in the right field, so they never got on the field hardly, but they were always around. And it was like these stories are not being told, and it's cool because not just me, but so many people who did TTMing, I asked these guys questions, and they would write back these long letters and like explain like what it was like to be on the team during this time, and it was so cool because those stories aren't being told.
Right, but I mean, you're right, but it's not even just the sort of obscure guys. I mean, it's like even guys that were like really good, like Bobby Shantz or Carl Erskine or whoever. Like those are guys that like were, they were big names in their day, but they've been forgotten because we forget all that stuff. And
that's so true.
It's so great that like there's still a connection, and like I know Scott Reindeer Studios does TTMing, and like Jake from Legends Never Die, he just did a video recently where he wrote to Brooks Robinson and was talking about his son, which he just his newborn son, and Brooks Robinson wrote back to him, and he wrote a letter to his son who's I don't even know if he's a year old yet, but like when he gets older, it's like, hey, Brooks Robinson, who may, who knows, may not even be around at the time, wrote him a letter. It's like, that's amazing. That's an amazing connection.
Yeah, it's so true. The human vacuum just like wrote your son a letter, dude. I mean, that's just the coolest thing. And I mean, I think that's also a great way to bring your kids in, but also like connect with these like guys who've been around. Like probably also have been quite a bit jaded for like the card community or people trying to like get something from them for free or whatnot. And that you like be able to connect with them in a way that says that you're like, no, you're a true fan. You're really, you're really reaching out to them because you respect what they did, and you still respect them as people. So yeah, I think that's great. Like Carl Erskine, I mean, I know this story, but like he lives like 15 minutes from my house. Obviously, he was a Brooklyn Dodger and a Los Angeles Dodger as well.
You should be like stalking him all the time.
I know. Well, he's always around. Like, I mean, he's in his 90s now. He has to be. He might be the last living Brooklyn Dodger. I don't know if there's many more left. I mean, he has to be one of the last, if not the last, Brooklyn Dodger.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's anybody else alive, I can't think of off the top of my head who's still alive.
Yeah.
From the Brooklyn Dodgers, even I think was their last. I think I even watched your video. Was the last year that the Brooklyn Dodgers were in Brooklyn with 57?
Yeah.
I listen. I remember stuff because other people like yourself is smarter than me. I got to remember these things. But so I would say that very many of those guys are left. That was a Brooklyn Dodger that was there in 57.
There's only, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Well, 9. That's still quite a bit. You can make a team. You can build a team. So who else is left then?
I mean, of the names that you might recognize would be like Carl Erskine, Sandy Koufax.
Oh, that's true.
Although he was like basically a rookie when that, like when people think Koufax, they think Los Angeles.
Was he 55 when he was his rookie year, or what year was he?
Yeah, 55.
Okay. So he had 2 years as a Brooklyn Dodger, basically, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's it. Yeah, there's very few.
So those 2 guys are pretty much the only real names you would quasi recognize.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts, man. Yeah, and Sandy Koufax. I mean, how old is he then? He has to be in his 80s, right?
Let's see.
I would assume he has to be like in his mid 80s. I mean, he was a rookie at 57 or 55. I mean, he has to be in his 80s. I mean,
yeah, he's 87.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I wonder how old's Carl Erskine now? Is he like 95, 96?
Erskine.
Yeah. His wife's still alive too. They're both still alive. That's amazing.
Just go knock on his door and ask him. He's 96. Wow.
Yeah. So he's like a decade older than
Koufax. Yeah. Well, I mean, but that makes sense though. He was like a huge contributor.
Yeah.
In the 50s.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah. I know. I mean, like I said, I can go to his house today. I mean, he's not even like trying. He's like not hiding. I mean, you can literally go to his house. What?
Yeah,
Like, I think his phone number and address is still in the phone book. Like, he still does that. Like, who
that's
does
awesome.
that?
Yeah.
Apparently, Erskine does. So I was going to ask you real quick, when you were doing some of the research or you're doing some of the reading, I know you alluded to this before, but some of those guys, and this is the thing that boggles my mind, is like when they were playing for the New York Giants, they're playing for the Dodgers or whatnot, they were living in the communities that they were playing in, right?
Yeah.
So have so have you ever been? I know you used to live in New York. Did you ever go to those areas and ever see like if there's anything left of those communities or anything like that around, or is they all gone now? I'm assuming.
No, I'm kicking myself because like I remember thinking about like, oh, I should go check out like where Ebbets Field was and Polo Grounds, and I never did it when I was there. And now like why didn't I do that?
Right.
I need to get back up there and visit. But no, I get, you know what? I get the impression though that like I mean, New York doesn't have a lot of love for its history, and that's how America is really too. Like
Right.
we're just constantly tearing shit down and like putting new stuff up.
This
And
is true.
like New York is guilty of that. And so I think a lot of those neighborhoods, like, you know, like Willie Mays, like all those guys, they would like walk to the park, like, or like, I mean, I've been reading about this, like, you know, this Ralph Branca stuff. Like some of those guys would just like get on the subway and like ride the train to the game and like ride the train home. And sometimes they even had their uniform on. Like it was like,
It's mind-boggling, dude.
yeah.
Like, what?
I
Well,
mean,
I saw a video, and I mean, it was like maybe it might have been like the Ken Burns documentary of baseball and whatnot. But I think I saw like there was like actual video of like Duke Snyder or somebody like cutting his grass in Brooklyn, and there was like kids hanging out by his house or whatever, and he just out there cutting grass or something. And I'm like, that's just like, can you imagine walking out your door and seeing Aaron Judge cutting the grass at his house? Like, it's not gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen.
But I'll tell you what, like, it's a shame because if those guys like Judge and Trout and even like not those big names, it doesn't have to be a big name. If they like made themselves more of an ordinary person,
right,
the game would be in a much better place.
Oh, for sure.
You know, it's like get out of your freaking limousine and your private jet and like be a real person, and you'll have way more fans.
Right. Exactly. I mean, really, it really is. I mean, I know baseball has lost a lot of like the younger crowd. That's been a problem for like a decade or longer. But you would think, you know, the one way to rehabilitate the game or make it more accessible would be those kind of little like gestures like that, where you're just more accessible to the fans.
Yeah.
But you know, like it just unfortunately that's just the culture we live in, that any kind of a celebrity, regardless of what level of celebrity you're talking about, just sets himself apart from the people, you know, no matter what. So
yeah, I do know that there are some that are good about it, like spring training, like signing autographs and like taking pictures with kids and playing catch and stuff. So I do think that some of them like get it, but more of them should get it.
Right, more of them definitely. Scott said Larry King always talked about running around with Koufax. That's cool.
Right.
You know, it's so funny to think like Larry King was hanging out with Sandy Koufax like in the 50s and 60s or whatever. It's like mind-boggling.
Yeah.
And it's just when you hear about that kind of stuff. But yeah, this was like, let me ask you this real quick. So, you know, spring training's coming up. You talked about in one of your videos not too long ago, or however long ago, about the 53 Bowman color. There's a smattering that are taken during spring training.
Right.
So taking out the Pee Wee Reese, because that's too much of an easy one, what would be your favorite spring training image from your 53 Bowman color that from spring training days?
Enos Slaughter, definitely. Yeah, if you look that one up, it's I don't have it handy, but it's he's basically like kneeling down in some sand, and he's got like a couple bats, I think, and you can see some palm trees in the background. It's just a great shot. Like it doesn't even look like a baseball photograph except the fact that he has a uniform on.
Right.
But it's just a nice sort of Florida shot.
That's very, because I think back then everybody played in Florida, right? There was no Arizona, right?
I mean, I think there was some stuff in Arizona, but
okay.
But not like it is now. I don't think.
At least the New York teams were all in Florida, right? None of them were.
I think so. Yeah.
Right. Joe said, Dr. Susan said, Jeremy Renner still snow plasma. Too soon, dude. Too soon. Oh my gosh, that's true. He obviously is a man of the people. Unfortunately, it backfired on him. So hopefully he'll have a full recovery. But Lord have mercy. That's talking about trying to do something that was definitely not Hollywood. Like just a man of the people. Like just try to do something nice and then like completely backfiring on you. Like oh my gosh, like that's just like nightmarish. But for sure. So okay. So are you excited at all? Because didn't your Phillies make it to the World Series? Is that right?
They got all the way to the World Series, yeah. And I did not see that coming at all. So that was
so.
fun.
Are you excited about how do the Phillies do in the offseason? Do you think they're as good as they were at the end, or they improved? They got weaker? What's your thoughts?
No, they're in much better place than they were last year. And I mean, they got Trey Turner at short, and I think they've improved the bullpen. They have a really amazing. Well, we'll see this prospect coming up. I think he's 19 years old, and he's going to probably start this year. And he's got a lot of hype, so we'll see if that gets matched or not. Harper's is out until I don't know mid-season or so, but like,
did he get injured or was there like
a well he had some kind of an arm issue last year, and he kind of played through it, and then they did surgery right after the series, and so he's going to be all right, but like he needs recovery time, and like last year he was basically just a DH, but he couldn't play the field, so this surgery was so that he could get back in the field again, but he won't be able to come back for a while, so they're going to have to patch stuff together, but they made it work last year. Like he was out a lot last year, and they still, like, I don't know, they're pushing the right buttons in terms of pulling guys in and bringing guys up from the minor leagues. It's just like last year was the first year in like a decade that the Phillies were fun to watch. Like it's been a long
sure.
So like I just kind of soaked it in as much as I could.
That's awesome. Now is it Rhys Hoskins? Is Rhys Hoskins still there?
Yep, he's at first. Yeah.
What about, is it Kingley or Kingsley or
no Kingery?
Kingery, he's gone.
Yeah, he's been a bust. Like he like, and part of it's like maybe the team misused him, and kind of he's one of those players where like he was in the infield. Is like, is he going to play short? Is he going to play third? Is he going to play second? Maybe we should put him in the outfield. They just kind of like messed with him. And like, so I guess some guys can do that and some guys can't. And he really just can't. And like, I think they tried to mess with his swing, and then he got all thrown off. He had to go down to the minors. I think he got hurt at one point. Like his whole career just got like really effed up. He's still with them, but like he's sort of like a wild card. Like maybe he'll work out this year, but like nobody's holding their breath. So,
but Rhys Hoskins still around. He's first base.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Was there so if Harper's not there for the time being, who are some of their more like clutch hitters right now? I mean, I guess Rhys Hoskins might be one of them. He's first base. Would that be fair to say or no?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he can be clutch. He's hot or cold.
Okay.
And we got Nick Castellanos.
Well, he wasn't from the Reds, right? He came from the Reds.
Yeah, and that was a big contract, and he did not live up to the expectations at all last year. Like he at no point last year did he ever get hot. Like he was just cold the entire season.
Yeah, he didn't do much for the Reds either. I mean, that was like the last year I really watched the baseball, and I thought he was like okay, but it was definitely not like he came from the Tigers, I believe.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like everybody, oh man, he's gonna blow your panties off, and I was like, nope, they're still on. Like, I just want a hard blow, like a hard win, like just kind of. And
they're still on in Philadelphia too.
Okay, so was it mostly the pitching then that got you through all this? Then it wasn't the hitting then this past year.
Well, no, I mean the hitting. I mean they made it work.
So there wasn't any like standout like big boy sluggers. It was like a team effort.
Well, we had Kyle Schwarber who came over from the Nationals. I guess was he with the Nationals or yeah, I guess so. And
is he still there or is he gone?
No, he's still there.
Oh, that's nice. He had a breakout season with you all last year, I heard, right? Was it him?
Yeah. He had upwards of 50 home runs, and like he was the kickstarter, really.
All the HGH is paying off.
Yeah. JT Realmuto.
Oh, that's right. He's a catcher, right?
Yeah, he was pretty consistent for the most part. He had a good season. Alec Boehm started to get things figured out. He's playing third base.
These are all names I recognize, thank God. Maybe Phillies will be my new favorite team.
Yeah, and like with Harper out, we've had guys stepping up. Like there's one guy that they called up for the minors, and oh shoot, I'm gonna forget his name. I'll think of it. But anyway, like he kind of like got stuck in the DH role, like coming straight out of the minors, and like was on a tear for a while. So, it was just kind of like good luck. Like they just were able to kind of make it work despite injuries.
You say the DH? They have a DH in the National League now?
Yeah, buddy. Where you been?
What, really?
Yes.
And that's like a permanent thing?
A permanent thing, yeah.
So the pitcher doesn't have to hit anymore?
Pitcher's no longer hitting. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What? That's the one reason why the National League was so much better than the American League, because there's strategy now. There was strategy.
It's like you're coming out of the bomb shelter from like.
It's like those. Remember that? I'm sure you know. There's like the Japanese World War II guys that were like hid in the woods and the caves for like 40 years, and they thought there was still World War II going on, and they're like hiding, and they're like, "What's going on?" It's like, hold on, wait, what?
Yep.
Oh, okay. What? Seriously?
Yeah.
So the National League is just like the American League now. There's no difference.
Exactly. There's no difference. Yeah, there's no difference.
That takes out all the strategy the National League had.
I agree. I'll be honest though, I was really upset about it when it first happened, because it was like, why? Like, this is how it's been done the whole time. Why are you guys messing with this?
Right.
Rid of the strategy, and like some of my favorite moments are like pitchers doing something in the middle, of, like working a walk or getting a home run, like but.
It gives the game the more excitement, because you got a DH in there, so by proxy, you're thinking you're going to get a lot more run support that way, right? I guess.
Like I almost forgot that pitchers used to hit. Like it's
after just 1 year. What?
I've gotten
so much for being like a fan of the history of the game. I'm like, you're out of here. You're out of here.
I'll tell you what though, like as much as I love baseball, and this, like it's gotten so boring to watch. And like when people used to say that, like when like non-baseball fans were like, oh, it's so boring, I would be like, well, it's just because you don't understand the strategy and blah blah blah.
Right.
But now when they say it's boring, it's like, you know what, you're kind of right. It is boring. Like nobody's getting on base, nobody's like stealing bases. Like there's nothing, like there's no action. Like it's just like I'm either going to hit a home run or I'm going to strike out,
right? Yeah.
Or I'm going to hit into the shift or whatever. Like, so they got rid of the shift this year, which is, I think, a good thing.
They're going to get rid of the shift.
Yeah,
that's great, because that totally ruined the game, because you just shift everybody over to the right side of the field or whatever.
You just watch a bunch of guys grounding out all day, like
right. It's just like it takes away. I mean, I do agree with that change, because that makes the game way more entertaining, because they're going to actually have to field the ball now. Like you actually have to rush to get the ball.
Right. And maybe the guy's going to get on base, and maybe something's going to happen. Like
right, like, they're going to have to make a throw. They're going to actually have to really make a real throw, not just like just tossed over. So that part I get. I mean, I understand. Like, listen, as a purist or whatever, I guess if you want to call that, sure. Would I like to see the National League keep it the way it was? Sure, I agree. However, if it means it makes the game move a little bit more faster, it makes it possibly more entertaining, it makes more action as far as the hitting, and you might if you get some if you get some quality DH guys in those positions and they're hitting home runs and whatnot. I guess I see what they're saying, but yeah, but it takes away from it if they're like doing doing the shine over to the field and like taking all away the hits and stuff but with that it's just like what. So there been any other changes I need to be aware of? I need to like get prepared for. What I would have been shocked if I would have watched the game like March 31st or whatever.
Yeah,
and I'm like, they're like DH for the Reds. So I'm like, hold on, wait, what? They're playing the Pirates. Why is there a DH? There's 2 National League teams playing. What?
Yeah, there's going to be like, I think there are lines now. I haven't seen it, but I think there's going to be lines around second base, and like the idea is before the ball is hit, the shortstop's not allowed to be to the left of the line, and the second baseman is not allowed to be to the right of the line, and that's supposed to keep them in position, right? But after the ball is hit, they can do whatever.
Sure.
And then I think I'm pretty sure there's a pitch clock too this season, and I don't know how long it is, but like between pitches, there's a pitch clock to kind of keep things moving.
Kind of like with the football, where there's like they have the timer or whatever that they have to get a snap off before 20 seconds or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
So is Rosie the robot the new umpire, or like the girl from Small Wonder? Are they the new umpires?
We can hope. No, I don't. I think it's still we still have the big fat guys down there doing it, but but I don't know. I don't know how long that's gonna last.
I know that before I took my hashtag walked away, that they were still talking about. I guess he did the minor leagues. There were a lot of doing that a lot in a lot of minor leagues. I didn't know if it worked its way up to the major league. So right now it's still all human error, right? It's all based on humans.
Well, I mean they have replay, right? But like you can only do replay for like home runs, foul lines, and like I guess tags maybe. But
okay.
Like you can't do replays for like balls and strikes. So
what up, Mike Hitman 23? Yeah, you can. Okay. Donnie Baseball in the his A. So is Don Manley a coach still? Is he coaching anywhere? A manager? Is he still at Marlins?
I think he is. I wonder. Like I feel like I read something that maybe they were like debating his contract or something. But I think he's still with the Marlins. Yeah.
Okay, so we have second base and shortstop, stay within inside the lines. You can't color outside the lines until the ball gets hit. You have DH in the National League, which is mind blowing.
Yeah.
You have a pitch count. Sounds like that the pitchers have to have a certain 20 seconds or whatever it is to throw the ball.
Yep.
Okay, so that's those are 3 pretty big from the shift. Like you said, they can't do the shift anymore.
Oh, okay. Here's the other things. The bases are bigger.
The bases are bigger? What?
Yeah.
You got.
I could just start making stuff up, and you'd buy it, right? No,
are you being serious? That's really a thing.
I am being serious. The bases are slight. I don't know how much bigger, like slightly larger. Yeah.
I mean, what in the world? These guys are like supposed to be the fastest of the best of the best baseball players in the world. Like they have to hit a ball that's coming at them at like 100 miles an hour with no problem, but they can't get to the base in time, so they got to make it a little bit thicker base or like wider. Like what? Because it gives them an extra ability to get to the ball or the base on time. It makes it more. I guess it's easier for them to make it to the base, right? I mean, that's the reason why you have the base enlarged, correct?
Yes.
Oh my gosh! Like what in the hell? What?
Yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh! What?
This is so entertaining.
Are they going to also start having like the fielders have like gloves that are 3 times the size of their hands, so they have even better chance of catching the ball?
I mean, it makes sense, right? Their helmets are like ginormous now too.
I know. Well, they look like they're wearing like samurai armor. Now they get up there, they have chest protectors, arm protectors, wrist protectors, knee protectors, leg protectors, chest protectors. They have helmets go all the way in front of their faces. And it's just like it's almost like it's like they picked up a bunch of things laying around in a samurai village and they put it on. They're like, "Hey, look at me! I'm a samurai. I'm gonna come up here and hit the ball."
I'm reading about it. They say that the base changes could also increase stolen base attempts But the primary motivation is to give infielders more room to operate around the bases to avoid collisions.
That's nuts, man.
All about safety.
Scott said, when will the computerized balls and strikes come into play? I know they've been talking about it. Like I said, I'm not the person to ask. Maybe Alex might know more about it, or somebody else like Mike or somebody in the room. I would assume it's coming sooner than later. I mean, if I feel like it's heading that direction, but as far as like actually making it like officially, the way it's going to be, and who knows how far out that's going to be. But I had heard, I think you might have mentioned it on a video, or maybe it was Tony or someone else mentioned it. I don't remember who, or maybe actually it was Phil Millington. They changed the ball a year or two ago, right?
Yeah.
Was it made it easier or harder for the ball to be hit or to be pitched? Like, what was the purpose behind making the ball larger or smaller or denser or whatever?
I think it was like, I don't know that it was ever definitively said. I feel like it was kind of a rumor, or I mean, I definitely think it happened, but like I don't think they ever like officially announced it. Like, I think what happened, if I remember, is that the balls, they manufactured the balls slightly differently, and they had less spring to them. And so like there were far fewer balls leaving the park, basically. And the theory was like they were trying to cut down on home runs. I don't remember exactly. But
you would think that'd be the last thing they want to do is cut down on home runs. Like that's like the most exciting part of baseball.
Yeah,
is a home run. And then Mike Hitman said they're moving forward with beach balls for baseball. So
the last new rule is that they're limiting the number of pickoff moves that the pitcher can do.
Oh yeah, thank God. I agree with that. That's one they like two at two. At each base, you get two chances. That's it. You don't get to keep throwing it over there.
I think that's actually the rule. I think.
Oh, is it two?
Yeah, I think. Did you work on this with them, Jason?
Yeah, I did. Me and Rob Manford, we sat down and we just, we hammered it out. I just
Rob called you up and said, Jason, we saw that you were done with baseball. Let's talk, right?
I go, Robbie M. What's up, Robbie M? How you doing? We sat down and talked, and I was like, hey man, listen, beach balls for baseballs, and I go, and two out pitches out for to keep the base runners honest.
Yeah.
And then the hitman goes, safety schmafety. I want to take out the outsides and the collisions out of I want to take out slides and collisions at the I hate that. You can no longer slide into home plate anymore, right?
No, well, no, you can, but
it has to be a play at the plate, right? It has to be like a close play.
No, the catcher can't block the plate. He you have to stand to the side. They've taken all the physicality out of it.
Oh my God. So it's like football now. Like you can't you gotta it's like two-hand touch football. It's
Pretty much.
My gosh. Jason's totally out of it. It's like he's been living in the village with him like Shyamalan for the last 3 years. That's so true. Yes, Sigourney Weaver is out in the woods and dressed up like an evil demon, hiding in the woods, keeping me from leaving because I'm so scared. This is so true. Yes. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious, Joe. Yes. But yeah, man, that's crazy. So that is going to be a lot to take in. I won't even know what the game is going to look like when I see the first game. I'm like, what's going on here?
It's going to look like Disney World, man.
I know, but the thing is that you gotta. I mean, part of baseball, just like with a lot of these other sports we're talking about, is that you gotta touch each other. You can't be scared not to touch each other. Yeah, there's a difference being like Pete Rose at the home plate during an All-Star game and smoking someone.
Yeah.
Opposed to trying to win the game for your team and you got to go and hustle down the line and
right.
Either at first, second, third, or home, you got to try to score that run. You cannot not worry about the collision, and then the catcher or whatever, the second baseman has to be able to be in a situation where they can put down a tag, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't take away that aspect of the game because then, then everybody's going to be like freaking Manny Machado and just walk around and just not even hustle their ass off. They're going to be just lightly jogging and go, oh, I missed the ball or I couldn't tag him out. So, oh my gosh, dude, I'm like now my eyes start to twitch. But all right, that's nuts, dude. But I mean, like I said, I think some of them are good. I think especially the shift for sure, the pickoff moves for sure, and the time clock for sure. All that makes a huge difference. That'll make the game run more quickly. And also, even though I hate it kind of for the purist aspect, making the pitcher taken out of the equation and having it be a DH, because it takes out the strategy now, that there's a lot less games being put on hold while they're trying to figure out who's going to, run for the pitcher, who's going to hit for the pitcher, what play you're going to call up to take the pitcher's spot, so.
Right. I mean, the thing that I hope they eventually realize is like all this analytics stuff. I think the goal has always been like, we want to win the game, right? And so all this analytics stuff has been about winning the game. And what they need to do is stop worrying about winning the game, and they need to start worrying about entertaining people.
Right,
like,
playing the game.
Like if I don't care if you win, if I fell asleep while you won the game, like
right.
Like
I mean, especially young people. I mean, you can't compete with like any major sport, like any major sport. I mean, even hockey, for crying out loud, has more action going on.
Right, right.
Soccer. I mean, regardless about like these sports or not. Well, I like hockey, but I don't like soccer. But at least there's something going on, and they don't have a high scoring game, at all. But like there's like something always happening, But baseball, there's so much just standing around and not doing anything.
Right. But like that standing around, like between pitches, could be real. Like it can be really intense if like there's a guy on base and like maybe he's going to steal, and like you get a sense, okay, like the guy that's up to bat, like he's just trying to get a hit. He's not trying to swing for the fence. Like if you actually sense that, like that's when baseball is really fun. But like, if they're not doing that, like it's boring as hell.
You're exactly right. Also, do they take away how many times a coach can come out to the pitcher's mound also?
Yeah, I think it's like, is it 3 times per game? I forget.
Right. Which I also like that because sometimes you can tell they're either stalling, so they got the guy in the warm up in the bullpen, like give them an extra 5 minutes, so they're out there just standing around chit chatting. I'm like, what?
Right.
So I mean, like, I wonder. Well, here's the thing. It'll be interesting to see what at the end of last year, before they put a lot of these things in place. So in 2022, what was the shortest games compared to 2023 at the end? What the games, like how quick the games are going through? Because I mean, we all know that most Major League Baseball games, like a minimum of 3 hours. Like it feels like it's like 2.5 to 3 hour games. Like if your game is quicker than 2.5 hours, like it's it was like a no hitter kind of thing.
Right.
And so it'll be interesting to see how much time they actually are shaving off to make the game move more quickly. I mean, it'll never be NBA basketball, never be NFL or college basketball, football, or pro, but at least to like shave off quite a bit of the time to move things along.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh my gosh. So that's crazy, dude. Well, I guess we can leave it there, man. We'll leave it there. So I learned something new today about the game of baseball.
Yeah, you're all cut up.
I appreciate you, Alex, popping on. I know that wasn't part of the plan, but I really appreciate
it was fun, dude.
You taking it. I had such a great time catching up and all that. So here, I'll just one last quick. Watch the documentary After Jackie by Bob Gibson about Babe Ruth. Said something like, if any player pointed like Ruth did, he'd throw the ball at his right ear and it would come out the left ear. Yes. Bob Gibson was definitely not one to shy away from confrontation. Like, everybody talks about Bob Gibson, about like how intimidating he was at the plate. So, I would not want to take a fastball to anywhere near my body with Bob Gibson on the mound. That's for sure. But thanks again, Alex, for hanging out. We will do this again, guys, sometime. Yeah. So we'll until next time, guys. Thanks for watching.
Good night.
Peace. Good night.